Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I love it. My name's your Dave Deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be honest. All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Cup.
This draft starts in zero minutes.
It started, but it hasn't started. Who's picking? We don't even know the order. As promised, we're doing our CFL Fantasy Draft live on the show. And
Hang on.
I'm the commish, Wanik, but it hasn't said to do anything to start it.
Mine just started yesterday. It just started on its own.
Yeah, all it gives is a refresh live feed for the EST Association.
Which doesn't do anything. According to this, Jay would have the first pick.
Says it starts in 0 hours, 0 days, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds, Reid.
Yeah, it started. But I don't see...
Now, I'm going down to the players, and I cannot add Nathan Rourke.
Right. So I wonder if somebody else has the first pick and we don't get notified until it's our
you'd
pick.
think it would say, Fudd Ruckers is up.
Right. You would hope.
When I did it yesterday, it went this way in order.
So, but I can't pick.
But Jay can't pick.
Like, I can't add.
You could add to a queue, but you can't.
Yeah. How do you actually make a selection?
Success. Nathan Rourke has been added to queue.
Now pick him.
I can't.
Now, if you turn auto draft on,
Well, you pick that little... Oh, yeah. You pick the arrow. It moves it over. And then you can delete a guy from your queue. But how does somebody make an actual pick here? Hernan, are you listening? Did you see anything going on here? Dusty said he's going to log in from his phone. So we don't know what's going on. Help us out.
there's no time as well. There's no countdown on the clock.
No, there's nothing that says, and as the commissioner, there's nothing for me that says, hey, you have to actually start the draft. Because I went back to our league's main page, and it says open draft room queue. Let me try to refresh this page. It just says open draft room queue, loading draft room, and then I just see that it's 0 hours till the draft, and nothing's happening. What are we doing wrong? I don't know.
No, usually, I mean, probably be 3 picks into the draft, maybe even the whole.
We'd be half done
first
by
round.
now.
Yeah, we'd be done.
Nobody is messing around with this. We're picking. So,
Open draft room queue.
right, and then is the little green plus arrow active
it's
for you?
It's muted.
It's muted as it is on mine.
There's a crossed out little bubble that says.
Why don't we click on
No.
rules? Nope, that doesn't.
No,
help.
that doesn't do anything.
Well, at least it has the full list of players. And
Are
when
you
they play,
sure there's
but
nothing
nothing's
you
there.
have to do?
I know, okay, I'll totally exit. I'll totally exit, and I'll go back in. Fantasy.cfl.
That's what happened to me yesterday.
Who? What?
It should just start happening to me yesterday. It just started.
It just started on its own.
Interesting.
But on time or late?
Yes. No,
I'm
So
Xing out as
open
well.
draft room queue. Unless whoever has the first pick hasn't made it.
Well, it looks like I'm the first pick.
Tom said he was going to set up auto draft.
And it also says official draft order to be randomly selected at the start of draft.
Yeah, mine still says that as well.
But no numbers are listed by any of the teams in this snake draft.
It says it starts in 0 seconds.
Yes.
I still am unable to click on Nathan Rourke.
Hernan, are you listening? Is anything happening on your page? I don't know if you can come in or if he's put anything. I don't. Did I put it in the wrong time zone?
Nope. second even logging in earlier today.
I got 4 emails that said your draft starts in an hour.
Yeah, we got those at 2 o'clock, so that was correct.
I wonder if I can go into that.
I didn't get any emails. I must have not put push notifications or email notifications on.
Log in. Yeah.
Open your league, build your queue.
Now, has anybody else ever had this problem? No, nothing's happening for her now.
Yeah, well, Connor Hrabchuk from Winnipeg Sports Talk was on EST Afternoons just about an hour ago, and he was saying that the first 4 picks took 45 minutes.
Well, we're not doing that. If this doesn't start at about 4 minutes, we're abandoning it.
4 minutes?
Or
we'll give it 2. Well, I don't understand. It should start.
Yeah, we're ready. Everybody's ready to go.
Because I have the first pick, then Kill 'Em All, which is Dusty has number 2.
And he said he's ready to go.
You are Ricky's Razors. Coob then with On the Brink Man. Tom, the Green Yellows. And then the Latino Heat is the wraparound. You can see it all here.
Yeah, Dusty just texted me, are we off and running? I wrote back, no, it isn't starting.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to say we will abandon if nothing by 10 after. Yeah, this is not good. If we're doing something wrong, then we're all stumped, all of us who are supposed to be in it.
Well, Maddie's done one, and he said it just started.
Now, is there any way that you can edit the start time for a minute from now, or is there any accessible setting for you?
Yeah, I could actually. I can edit the start time to 3:08.
Yep. 30 seconds away from
Gager
308.
just sent me a picture of the Zoolander characters trying to break into the computer and said Reid and Jay right now.
Well,
I mean, we're trying.
There's a lot of effort here.
okay, so I set the draft for 3:08. Now
Let
I'm
me
opening
refresh.
the queue. No, okay, I got a
Says it
countdown.
starts in 10
Starts in 10 seconds. Let's see if it actually starts. Everybody should be logged in except maybe Tom.
Oh, it starts in 3, 2, 1,
Let's see if it starts.
0.
And nothing has happened.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing changed on the page. You can't pick anybody. We don't know whose pick it is.
Oh, that was so exciting.
We don't know what to do.
Oh, this is downright
this
depressing.
is great.
It doesn't change for you on your side, Jay, with the
No,
first
I'm
overall
first
pick?
overall pick. Like, I
We-
mean,
we
you can
think.
see Rourke.
Yeah, there's nowhere to add. There's nowhere to actually pick somebody. The
Now,
little green
I'll
plus sign.
put him in my queue.
I did put a couple players in my queue before you reset the start time of the draft, and it had cleared my entire queue.
Which it shouldn't do.
Nope.
It should. Dusty says, "Is there a button that commish has to push to start the draft?" I'm going to say no.
What happens, Jay, if you put auto draft on right now and you have somebody in your queue? I'm curious if anything will change.
It says success. Auto draft enabled. Nathan Rourke still remains in my queue.
Whoa, what's that? Where'd that come from? Oh, I'm
Oh.
drafting. Okay, we're on.
Whoa, we're going.
I got the first pick.
How'd that happen?
50
Nathan
seconds.
Rourke, come home, baby.
Yeah.
I've
Okay,
drafted
you got
Nathan
him.
Rourke.
Latino
Nice.
Heat's on the clock.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
How
so
fast
we're
can we do this
we're not-
draft?
We're not going to update every pick.
Yes, we are. 3:09 is when we started. That's the official draft time.
We're not going to read every pick to
Let's see.
everybody.
Well, I mean, Hernan.
Go, Hernan, pick.
Let's go.
Now I wonder
Okay,
if
Dusty says he sees it now. All right, this is great.
was it delayed because one member or a couple members weren't active inside of the draft
That
room?
shouldn't matter.
I
it
know.
shouldn't
I know.
matter.
It should
but
not
I'm
matter.
curious as to why maybe the function.
Okay, Hernan, how long does
work
it take you
properly.
to pick?
This should be
Oh,
a pretty
Keelan
obvious
Hatcher.
pick. Yep.
All right, now Dusty's pick. No, we don't need those sound effects every time. Better mute my computer.
That was a cool.
Well, but I
sound
got to
effect
play
for
some stuff.
startup.
Well, we'll just deal with it for the
Brady
time being.
Oliveira.
All right, we're off and running. Let's see how quickly we can do this. We're moving along.
James
Who's
Butler.
on the brink, man?
I am. I'm
Okay,
just
let's
looking
see
at
if Tom has his auto draft set up and if it works.
Justin Rankin.
I had auto draft on. That was.
Oh,
pick I
okay.
wanted.
Tom's
Mills.
picked after 3 seconds. Let's see how quickly this picks. Okay, Tom's auto draft goes quickly. Okay, we might be able to fly along here. Anyway, how are you doing, everybody? We wanted to do that live, so frustrating getting it started, but now we appear to be off and running, and through 7 picks, it's working quite well. So we'll try to pick as quickly as possible. I am Reid Wilkins. He is Jason Milne.
Hi.
Zachary Kubish is at the technical desk. And this is Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. That was really stressful, but we said if we're going to do it, let's do it live and actually see what happens. So I'm not sure if people are enjoying this or not in the nasty chat. My old colleague Sid Smith says CFL should have used DAZN for the draft. All right. Jasmine says the site is janky. Issues yesterday in the hangout draft. What does janky mean?
Not good.
I don't know all this slang that the kids are using. Oh, I'm picking again. Oh, now I'm all nervous. What do I do? What do I do? I don't want him.
You know what? The one thing I don't enjoy about this page here is that every single pick that happens, the entire draft position gets swapped. So it doesn't show the top position. I'm clicking on the fantasy points, and it keeps refreshing. So the player that I had that I know I wanted to pick at the top of that list is somewhere further down.
All right. Oh, I see what you mean.
Like
Nick Dembski, come to Ricky's Racers, baby.
You got 2 Canadians on your team through 3 picks.
I'm loading up on the Canadians. Anyway, you can get in hold touch with us. This is like this. I've never started a show like this. I don't know how many shows have I done in my life. Probably over 150.
Lots.
And I've never started a show trying to do a live fantasy draft and talking about it. It got off to that type of a start.
This is distracting.
Well, but we wanted to. Well, that's why we're doing it early. We got
how
great
many
guests
Canadian
coming up.
players do you have to dress every week?
Oh, I don't know. I might have all Canadians.
I probably screwed up.
But all Dusty is taking is Canadians. He has Oliveira, McInnes, and Emelis. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Don't forget about the River Cree mobile app. Free to download. Get exclusive offers and promotions. Get show tickets. Make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. It is safe, secure, and is it easy to use. Kind of like the CFL Fantasy website. Safe, secure, and almost easy to use. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The suggested Limerick topic today is fantasy sports. Something about fantasy sports. Okay? So that'll be the suggested Limerick topic. If you have us on YouTube this afternoon and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. And give us a thumbs up. Click that like button.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Let's get over 100 thumbs. That's our goal for every show. Luke Gazdic is on the show today. He's going to join us in about half an hour, a little less than half an hour. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. That was a great game, I thought. That was a fun game to watch. Carolina got the early lead. Vegas fights back. Vegas gets a relatively late game-winning goal to go up 1-0 in the series.
I'm going to take the Philpott stack.
You're going to take both Philpott boys?
Yeah, hell yeah, I am.
Tyson and Jalen? Are you going to try to get Corey later on? Wasn't that the dad?
He was the dad. BC Lions running back, number 6.
Now, what does it show me my roster on here anywhere?
Don't even try. I don't know. I mean, hey, but let's
to
just
see what I filled up so far?
Yes, it does. Beside the queue, there is a My Team
There
page.
we go.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
this is hard
Okay.
because
what do you think, Matt?
players keep
so my
shifting.
national spot is still empty, so I can still take even another Canadian. Or could Rourke be my national and I could take another quarterback? No, that national spot I think has to be a running back or a
So
receiver.
what do I need? I need another...
All right. And
okay. Okay. I'm looking good.
we're doing very well. The suggested Limerick topic today to email is fantasy sports. Something about fantasy sports. Anything.
Coop,
hockey,
you're slowing
football,
things down.
baseball, whatever you need. Well, Coop's got a lot to do.
That's true.
This guy did. We asked this guy to go in our fantasy draft. He said no. But every afternoon, he gives us the afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. The Jousters made it hurdle for the Windy Kids last night. That game was more exciting than the salad bar at the Ponderosa. Wemby's going to take a bite out of the Big Apple in the hoop showdown. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a Knickerbocker in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Crafty Coop wins the Jack Adams. Hey, when are the locals going to make a hire? This is taking longer than my brother-in-law trying to win a hand of pie gow. I'm Chet Palmer. You didn't hear a word Chet said.
I haven't heard anything.
This was now, I think, a bad idea to do this during the show.
Now, is there any way that you'd be able to mute that sound, or is it just?
Yeah, I could mute my computer. People have requested that I leave it on.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
apologies. Well, because there's no page or option to mute it through the website itself, and in some platforms for NFL or any other draft, there might be that option.
Oh, mute it on the actual website?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I don't know if the CFL thought of that. We're going quite quickly. We'll be done by the bottom of the hour.
We should be.
We should be. Dusty's doing it from the golf course, so we are clipping along. Joe, I can mute it. Is it bothering people? Let me know in the nasty chat if the sound is bothering you. I don't think so. Anyway, Luke Gazdic is on the show. 55-yard line to the nasty chat. I can't believe the CFL is trying something new and failing. Hashtag commissioner out, 55 in.
Well, let's just say once
It's going
started,
fine now.
It's going very well.
It's going very well now.
I am quite impressed with this.
I just don't know why it wouldn't start at 3, and then even when it started at 3:08, it took another minute to start. Now we're moving along quite quickly, and you can look at who's on your team, what spots you have available. So yeah, now it's clipping along just fine. And I think Tom being on auto draft is doing just fine. Dustin doing it on his phone on a golf course, I believe. That's going just fine. Mm-hmm. So I think we're doing pretty well here, all things considered. Luke Gazdic, anyway, at 3:40. Wings, we got Wings in studio at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Canadian Brewhouse is our studio sponsor. They're bringing us the wing flavor of the month to try at 5 o'clock. It's Wagon Wednesday for the World Professional Chuck Wagon Association and Century Mile Racetrack. Greg Buchanan is going to join us. They had the Grand Prairie Stampede last weekend. Is it Bonneville they're in now?
Yes, sir.
For another weekend of racing. And we'll talk some more NBA Finals with Marc Majeau at about 20 after 5. Mark, of course, worked with a lot of these guys at 1260. Works on the Stingers broadcasts and on CBC as well. And is he a Knicks fan? He's one of our. We got a lot of Knicks fans, eh? But he's a Knicks fan. So we'll talk about the series, and we're going to make our picks. We're going to make our guaranteed to be correct NBA Finals picks.
Yeah, why not?
We did our guaranteed to be correct Stanley Cup Final pick on Monday, NBA Finals today, and then tomorrow are we going to do our guaranteed to be correct CFL predictions?
We have to.
Now, see, I wonder if something has happened here with Tom, because now
he's taking a kicker in the third round.
But now it didn't auto draft for him on time. Oh, something's gone wrong here, guys. He didn't. He didn't get a player, and it's run out of time.
Oh,
It took a
Stampeders D.
second. Yeah.
I wonder if he's in now.
No, he wouldn't do that and take the Stampeders D.
Mm-hmm. Unless he had it in his queue, but I wouldn't think so that high.
Okay, well, we'll find out. Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. We have the off-topic topic. It's presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536.
How much time do I have left?
You have 15 seconds.
It's hard to see, hey?
Yeah, they should have... Oh, no, you picked. Yeah, now it's you, Coop. So the off-topic topic is, we thought with the NBA Finals starting tonight, we would like a story about dunking a basketball.
Yes.
Maybe you've done it. Maybe you played, well, it doesn't matter what level you played at. Maybe you're tall enough and athletic enough to have dunked. Maybe you tried to dunk. Maybe you usually could dunk and failed miserably on a dunk in a key situation. Maybe you have a funny story about dunking on a hoop in an office like I do every day and we often film videos of. Dustin broke both legs dunking at 1260? Is that what it was?
I think he tore his knee up.
He tore his knee up. So we would like a story, humorous, successful, heartbreaking, weird, about dunking a basketball.
Yes.
Now, I have never dunked a basketball on a real 10-foot net, obviously. I'm too short and I can't jump high enough.
So
it's a bad combination.
When we were in high school, in grade 12 on the basketball team, that's every, high school basketball player's dream,
right,
is to dunk. Hopefully in a game, but it doesn't happen all that at least in my era.
Right.
Okay. But we were at a tournament in Ponoka, going with the Broncos. That's their high school. And I swear to goodness that rim must have been an inch or two low because I dunked in warm up and a couple others dunked in warm up. And it was like, oh, we're really feeling it today. But I think the rim was just low.
Oh, really?
So I don't, I still say, yes, I have dunked. But the height of the rim is definitely in question. Okay, Reid taking O'Leary Orange and the Saskatchewan Roughriders defense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have no idea who has the best team.
I have no idea
Not
either.
Tom.
I don't know.
Not Tom.
When you pick,
When do you take a kicker in this?
that's the real question, yeah.
Oh, another defense falls.
Well, that's who I wanted, but I didn't see them on the list.
You can select the defense by position. So they have ADP, the average draft.
Like, why does
position.
it show all when I go all and Jared Dagey is fourth in the queue?
Well, his ADP is what, 17th?
He's not for me. Oh, I have 2025 stats listed.
That's all you're allowed to have. They don't have projections.
You can have 24 as well, which would be, well, essentially useless, I'd say. But yeah, there's no projections, just where they get drafted for sure.
Okay, well, we're moving along pretty good. Is Hernan still here? Hernan, yell if you're still here. Oh, he's probably on a delay. El Presidente says the only dunking I have done is cookies or donuts. Fair comment. Probably a lot of us in that boat. And we are drafting our CFL pool live. We think we'll be done by the time Luke is on. We are clearly distracted, so I'm sorry. Waddy in Cloverdale has a limerick about fantasy sports. GM dreams, there is a way. Fantasy sports you must play. Make a pick, do it quick. Now on game day, your attention won't stray. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Get you more interested. Well, the defenses are starting to get picked now, eh?
In some cases, yeah.
Did you take yours already?
Nope.
I think you're the only one. Oh, Dustin has not taken a defense. All right. We're gonna reset. That was one of the most nerve-wracking starts to a show I've ever had. I actually felt uncomfortable. Usually I'm good.
It's a bad idea.
This turned out to be a bad idea. So now we'll just make fun of how bad it was. We've now had our worst opening to the show in a year and 2/3. We know which one it was.
Yes.
It was this one.
This is it.
We tried something new and it went poor. I'm not going to say failed. Failure is too strong a word. It could have gone better.
Yes.
So we learned from it. We tried something different. Both you and I like trying different things. We like being quirky. We like being weird.
We've tried.
I mean, Letterman did a show on an airplane.
Did he really?
Yes. And they did a show where they turned the camera 360 degrees over the course of the show. So halfway through the show, it was upside down.
Come on.
I'm serious. Yes, this was a long time ago. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort Casino inbox. Here comes the Coob once he makes his pick with the sports update.
Don't do it, Jay. Should I hold? Okay, well, I'll take all the time I can.
Want me to pause it?
No.
It's a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals. Spurs Knicks tipping off out in San Antonio at 6:30. New York's Mitchell Robinson questionable, but expected to be available for tonight's contest, according to ESPN. In NHL news, Tampa Bay's Jon Cooper has won his first career Jack Adams Award after leading the Lightning to a 50-26-6 record in the regular season. And at 5:15, the Jays Braves they lock horns for Game 2 of their 3-game series. Patrick Corbin on the bump for Toronto. Atlanta countering with Grant Holmes. Right now in the majors, one game is live, end of the fifth. A 6-1 lead for the Mets against the Mariners. Padres and Phillies will match up at 4:40, and later on, we'll see the Guardians take on the Yankees. Out in Brampton, the 2-3 Stingers challenge the 5-1 Honey Badgers. Listen to the game right here on EST. Game time at 5:30. Our coverage starts just after 6 o'clock, and once that wraps up on our audio streams, we'll have the Riverhawks and Harbor Cats game as well. This sports update is brought to you by Sather Reed Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at satherreedsportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, the Reid Wilkins Show returns following the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
I always find it interesting when a soccer goalie gets beaten 5-hole. Because wasn't the first Canadian goal kind of like I know it's easy for me to say sitting here in the heated studio.
Is a goalie in football scoring 5-hole? Is that the equivalent of like the Michigan?
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Albanova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said great job. Happy hour. Your boss said per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon, along with Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins, Zachary Kubish at the technical desk. Portions of this hour presented by Commonwealth Stadium. Get your game face ready, Edmonton. The Edmonton Elks are back at Commonwealth Stadium for another electrifying CFL season. Experience the action live at Canada's largest outdoor stadium. Football, entertainment, and game day energy like no other. Grab your tickets now at goelks.com and don't miss a moment. Elks home opener on the 20th. Their first game of the season is Saturday in Ottawa. That's a 5 p.m. game. So we will have the Green and Gold kickoff show with Matthew Wannock and Jason Milne at 4 o'clock. And then the two of them are on right after the game for the Green and Gold post-game show, as the Elks will try to get out of the gate with a win against the Red Blacks. Yesterday on this show, and he's going to be on every Tuesday at 5, all regular season long, we had the head coach of your Edmonton Elks, Mark Killam, the Mark Killam Show, Tuesday at 5. Really good chat with Mark Killam, talking about, well, a lot of things going on with the team. The two, it's interesting, two friends, I would think they're friends, and former Golden Bears battling for one position on the O-line.
David Beard, Mark Cordy. That's been clear throughout camp. And it was interesting the way he detailed that. That, you know, he almost made it sound mathematical in the way that they made sure they had equal reps.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, would the depth chart be coming out Friday?
Should come out Friday
for this game.
Yeah.
So I'm really, I don't know. It's game one, and this is a game, Reid, I think is I know you don't like using the word must win because it's not.
No, it's not.
The Elks can go to 0-1 and it is what it is. I just think this is a gotta have it. I really do. They need to get off on the right foot and come back to Edmonton for the home opener against Montreal the following Saturday, 2:00 start, Commonwealth, and having a team coming back 1-0. I think that would be rather uplifting for Elks fans. And Reid, you've said it all week. What's their record in June and July
They have 3 wins in June and July the last 4 seasons.
Exactly.
2021, they didn't play games in June and July because that was the 14-game season, and they didn't start until August. So they've missed the playoffs 5 consecutive years, but in the last 4, they have a combined total of 3 wins in June and July.
Yeah.
So they've been playing uphill all season long. So, and we'll talk more about the Elks later on in the show, too. So what did you think of the game last night?
I thought it was back and forth. I thought, Carolina came out, they scored 23 seconds into the game, something like that. And you're thinking, okay, the crowd, the fans must be going crazy. But Vegas had an answer all night, Reid. All night. They had an answer. They came back. Then the game would be tied. Came back. And they just kept pressing Carolina.
Right.
I mean, if that's the way this series is going to go, fantastic for viewers. Fantastic for fans of the NHL. But I don't know. Do you think... And that's one of the things I want to ask about Carolina. Or ask Luke Gazdic. I mean, when Montreal won Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final, it was Montreal was the team of destiny. Look at them go.
Who possibly would have said that?
Who could have said that? Well, now, is that the same feeling for Carolina, or are the Las Vegas Golden Knights just that much of a different animal?
I think they're a different animal
than the Montreal Canadiens.
I think I'm going to ask Luke this, and I thought it when they scored the goal. Just when I got home, they scored. I thought that's the worst thing that could happen to Carolina. Because now it's a frenzy. They're all like, here we go. The fans are like, great, we got the cup.
There's a terrible side or the worst case scoring.
If there is a bad thing about scoring first, that would be it.
Why? What happens after? There's let up?
Well, I know they went up 2-0, but maybe it's just human nature. You start thinking like this is party time.
Sure, yeah. And surely the fans would have as well.
Yeah. And it didn't happen that way. Okay, so we've hit a snag here with our draft. Tom Gazzola tells me he's getting a haircut. He had auto draft on. It is now not working, and I assume it's because his roster is full, right? Because now we're drafting bench players, so I think it doesn't know who to pick. Because he's counted down to 60 seconds, and it has not auto drafted for him.
Tell him to get it open on his phone.
Well, I don't know how he couldn't draft while he was getting a haircut.
Well, I also realized there was no really time up. It said auto, and then once it hit, it was just it's been sitting here for at least
something's wrong here.
Minutes. Yeah, this is
it's stuck on Tom's pick.
Well, he'll have to text us when he can make a pick.
Well, it's not doing anything. It won't auto draft.
Yeah, because I think what you said,
as the commissioner, I don't see any option to skip it.
I think what it is it's up against the roster. His roster's full.
His roster's full, so it should still take the next available player, but it won't.
But that it won't.
Which is a bit of a glitch.
So you can't auto draft this draft.
No. That's what I'm getting out of it.
You can't auto draft you couldn't have 6 guys. Well, I guess if you ranked enough players, maybe.
Unless you put enough in your queue.
If you put enough in your queue, maybe.
And just for the record, I would like to take the Montreal Alouettes defense after all this shakes out.
Well, if we ever get to finish it, we might not get to finish it.
At some point, Tom will be home.
Well, at some point, he'll be able to jump in and auto draft. But then I think Hernandez probably has left or is going to leave soon. And then will his auto draft work if he didn't put guys in his queue? This is concerning.
This would really... Coob, you should take a screenshot of this just in case we have to redraft.
So Big Uke says it will eventually make the pick. this is what ours did. So, well, that's not good though. Like a 1 minute countdown is long enough to wait, and then it's just going to randomly make an auto pick at some time. That's not good. I will say, once it got going, it was pretty good.
Yes.
I mean, if not for this thing with Tom,
if not for Tom on the auto draft,
we'd be done.
Like, I blame Tom.
Well, there was that one snag too where he
we blame
picking.
We blame Tom. End of discussion.
Yeah, end of discussion.
Well, if he can text you back, he can pick.
Well, he's like, I got a haircut today. I got a haircut today.
Yeah, I had a workout today. I mean, we all have lives, Coop.
No, the thing is, I have to take my glasses off to get a haircut. So it would have been hard for me to pick.
Oh,
Tom,
you could do it.
Tom has, but I still could have done it.
You did the show with one eye.
That's
for
a good point.
Sake.
That's a good point. Like, you just hold your phone, and when you hear the little ding, you just say, "I got to pick." Your hairstylist would understand. I mean, I've been going to the same person for over a decade. She certainly would have understood if I would have had to peek down every so often to make a pick. So this is not good. This is controversy of the year. Tom holding up the draft because of the haircut. Can you put that in the folder?
He's already rigging it in his.
Like, how vain.
Mm-hmm.
How vain.
Yeah.
So you can't make the pick for him.
No.
But, Dusty says in our text or group chat here, he says, I will say it was working.
It was doing fine. Yeah.
This is not a CFL fantasy issue.
No, this is a Tom Gazzola issue. Well, I mean, it is a bit of a CFL fantasy issue. To be fair,
I guess
the auto draft.
You know what?
The auto draft should work automatically, not whenever it works.
True. But I would say this as well. Be present for your drafts, folks. It helps.
Well, yeah, or at least have a good attitude about it.
Well, we'll keep our eyes on it. Coob, I do need you to take
I guess my whole life will just resolve. I guess my whole life has to revolve around Tom Gazzola's hygiene.
Yeah.
And appearance.
Is a haircut part of hygiene?
Well, I don't know if it is or not.
I think a shower is
grooming. That's what I meant.
Grooming.
Yeah,
yes.
our lives have to revolve around Tom's grooming. He's probably not even listening right now.
Reid, get used to it.
Does he even know we have a show right now? We got to talk about it. Come on.
780-218-9999 is how you text us, the River Cree Resort Casino inbox. We're having a good time today. We'll keep it going with Luke Gazdic from Sportsnet when we get back.
It's a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals. Spurs Knicks hit the deck in San Antonio at 6:30. New York's Mitchell Robinson questionable, but expected to be available for tonight, according to ESPN. To the NHL, Tampa Bay's Jon Cooper has won his first career Jack Adams Award after leading the Lightning to a 50-26-6 regular season record. And at 5:15, it's the Jays Braves locking horns game 2 of their 3-game set. Patrick Corbin, the starter for Toronto. Grant Holmes countering for Atlanta. Right now in the majors, Mariners down 6-1 to the Mets. Bottom 6th inning at 4:40. The Padres and Phillies go at it. We also see the Giants and Brewers in action at 5:40. From Brampton, it's a 2-3. Stingers challenging the 5-1 Honey Badgers. Listen to the game right here on EST. Game time at 5:30. Our coverage joins in progress just after 6 o'clock. And once that wraps up, on our audio streams, we'll have the Riverhawks and Harbor Cats game as well. Luke Gazdic up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The Oil Stream.
I think this will be a rare case within the NHL in the next few years where you see a good trade that benefits both teams. That's where I'm leaning towards still, because I know as an Oilers fans right now, they're looking at this, and it's all the uproar on Twitter right now is how do you let this happen? I still am big on Ike Howard.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Some of us are walking, others are biking. Together, we are accelerating the pace of MS research breakthroughs. This May, join Sentinel Storage at an MS walk in your community. Sentinel Storage, proud partner of MS Canada.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Alta Nova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation, one job,
one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, it might have finally auto-picked for Tom, but he's still. Oh, he picked again. Maybe he logged in. Maybe he logged in. Okay, so we're off and running. So Jay's on the clock. All right. How long was Luke listening? Luke knows this show is weird. Luke has known I'm weird for a while, and now he also knows you're weird. And then this show is weird.
Yes.
Luke Gazdic joining us on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Luke Gazdic from Sportsnet, weekly guest here on EST. Sorry, Luke, we're live drafting our CFL fantasy teams, and we hit a glitch thanks to Tom Gazzola.
First of all, keep it weird. The weirder, the better, man. This is what it's all about. Second of all, I'm kind of going old school today. I got the phone here. I'm still trying to figure out a good spot. I moved into a new house, and I don't love the spot that I'm in up there, so I'm kind of trying different layouts here.
Well, you look and sound fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, so we're sounding good. Unreal. Yeah. And I should say, I feel bad about this. I don't know a ton about the CFL. I haven't been to an Argos game I couldn't tell you when. And I feel like, if I want to be a good, proud Canadian, like I call myself, I got to tune into this a little more.
Well, it's okay. I mean, you're probably a little bit part of the demographic that the league maybe lost a generation or two. If you hear a beep every once in a while, you're not getting a call. That's my computer recording another pick for a draft.
So far?
Yeah. What's that?
How's it going so far?
Well, I got Nathan Rourke, so I'm quite happy. I'm sure you've heard of him. Go. Yeah, I had the first pick.
Well, Luke, here's the thing, is that when this CFL Fantasy is a big deal, because as you know, that is what has taken the NFL from superstardom to elite greatness status is fantasy football. Everybody's involved with it. So the CFL came out with their own version of CFL Fantasy Football, and there were mixed reviews on the opening weekend of people doing their drafts saying that the system wasn't working. And so we said, okay, well, we're going to give you the definitive answer on what this looks like live on the Reid Wilkins Show. And other than a little glitch in the start time, it's been fantastic. Other than our esteemed colleague Tom Gazzola totally screwing things up
because he's getting a haircut.
Yeah,
exactly.
Luke knows. Screwing something up.
All right.
Just kidding. I love that guy.
Oh, Dusty just got Zach Collaros in like the 11th round. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Good value.
Dusty did an outstanding job at the Mem Cup. That guy can call a game. And I should say, like, I was tuned in because I got to see Kitchener play a couple times this year. They're right down the road. There it is.
That's my pick. Yeah.
And that's a hell of a hockey team, I'll tell you. So, like, I was watching them, and I got really into the tournament, and I ended up watching, like, every game from the tournament. First and foremost, that Rangers team was an absolute wagon. But getting to hear Dusty call the games every night, my boy Frankie Corrado, like, it was cool to hear. Dusty, like, I thought he did an outstanding job.
Well, he's awesome, and he's drafting now while he's golfing with his buddies. And then we're going to get him back, and then he misses almost every Friday during the football season to go call Friday Night Football. I mean, he's amazing, incredibly talented, incredibly hardworking. I'm going to throw something at you here about last night's game.
Shoot.
When Carolina scored 25 seconds into the first period, I actually thought, I know it's easy for me to see after the fact, but I did think to myself, that's the worst thing that could have happened to the Hurricanes, because they think it's party time, and now the Golden Knights are like, okay, we just got to keep going to work here. And Golden Knights came back and won the game.
I'm not going to lie to you. I was on the complete other side of the fence. They scored, and I went, oh my gosh, nobody's going to beat them. No one's going to touch them. This team is an absolute machine. Then Oiler scores again, and I go, first of all, I'm kind of getting ready for, like, starting to do some prep for our July 1st free agency show. And like trade deadline, I feel like it can be a little bit of a letdown sometimes when you were expecting all these big things to happen. This just, I kind of think, shows you the power of free agency. And, like, I get it. It's like one guy, and he was at the top of the list. But, like, there were 4 or 5 other teams that really, really wanted his services. And Carolina was the team that got him, and he's made them so much better and so much more dynamic. But to go back to what I was saying, they went up 2-0, and I just remember thinking, it's going to continue. Like, this is continuing. Nobody is going to even, put up a fight against them. Not that Montreal didn't, but you know what I mean. And then, as Vegas has, boys, like, they just hang in there. They just hang around. They're big and they're heavy, and they want to play defense. The one thing I didn't know was that they were going to score 5 goals. Like, I just think I get it. Like, out of all the teams that Oiler fans and people listening probably don't like, Vegas is right up there at the top of the list. But some flowers are definitely due for the way this team's playing, because they're just never out of the fight. Like, they're just never out of the game. They get down. Their D are so good. They're so good length and strength. They're long. They're heavy. And then they get to the O-zone, and they just start cycling down. Analytics stat of the day, the cycle chances were 16-6 yesterday. They get down there, and they just start grinding you down. And it is very challenging, especially for a team like Carolina that plays freaking man-to-man in zone to try to chase these guys around. And I think it's going to be a great series. I think it's going to go the distance, but I couldn't have disagreed with you more, just in the sense that after the second goal, I was like, this is going to be another waxing by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I for some reason, I didn't have that feeling last night, even when it was 2-0. And then obviously once Vegas made it 2-1, then it was game on for sure. Mitch Marner has been outstanding. He might win the Conn Smythe if they win the Cup. But we were laughing earlier about his shot block with 2 seconds left. I'm not sure how much he really meant to block that.
He might have been skirting around that. It's like it's on the air, like on the airplane when you're trying to get to the bathroom, and you decide if you're sneaking by like this, like. But honestly, it hit him. Counts as a block. Good on him. Like, I just say, like, this is. I'm getting tired of it. I live here. I'm right in the heart of this stuff. So this is all I've heard about for literally the last year. Quite literally, it is on every show, every hour, for every day. But talk about flowers, man. Like, I get it. I was at Game 7 in Florida last year here in the playoffs down at the rink. I was there 2 years ago, Game 5 in Boston. They at home versus Boston, they lost 4-0. It was one of the worst games I've seen that team play. I get why fans are extremely upset at probably the way he's playing, but man, guy's playing some unreal hockey. Like, it just goes to show you when you can kind of just not have to be, I don't want to say not have to be the guy, but he's just surrounded by a different group and a different core where I feel like he doesn't have to do as much, but he also is doing a lot. Like, he looks really good out there.
Luke Gazdic joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show, courtesy the Oil Country Towing Hotline. Reid, you're up.
Bingo.
But Luke, I just want to go back because game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Montreal comes out and just dials it up against Carolina. And there may or may not have been people around this office saying that Montreal is a team of destiny. Look at them. So Carolina's been here, done that. I get it that Vegas, responded and came back, but this series is far from over, right, Luke?
It's far from over, buddy, and I got to be honest with you too. I must have said team of destiny about that Habs team 17 times during the playoffs. I felt it too. And if there's one thing, I learn a lot. We all learn a lot. I learn a lot. I learn something every day. I feel like I learn something every day, especially watching hockey in this playoffs. And one of the major keys that I've literally written down in my notebook is do not overreact to game 1. Just don't do it. Just take it for face value. Look at it objectively. Maybe look at some stats and what you have on each side and use a lot of the eye test because you just have no idea where the series is going to veer and to wind into. And I think that's a perfect example last night where it's like, I don't even know really what to take from it. Is this going to be high scoring? Is Freddie Anderson ready for this? Is Carolina's up-tempo style finally going to get slowed down by a team that just wants to clog up the middle of the ice in the neutral zone? Like, I just think there's so many ways this thing can go, and I myself at least am trying not to react too overreacting to one game.
Sportsnet's Luke Gazdic joining us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Couple other hockey storylines we want to hit on. Jon Cooper is Coach of the Year for the Tampa Bay Lightning. An incredible run for him there. To be honest with you, I thought Lindy Ruff was going to win it, but shows you what I know. You talk to players. You would have still been in the league when Cooper was coaching. What do you hear about him? Why? There's the winning, obviously, but a lot of times for winning coaches, longevity doesn't get anywhere even half of how long he's been able to be there. What's something you hear about him that might be of interest or is indicative of how he coaches his team?
Can I tell you guys something? There's something to be said for being a kind and supportive person and head coach and how much that reflects and affects the team and the performance. I'm saying that from having many experiences where, depending on how you're doing, you are walking on eggshells at the rink. You don't know really what coach you're going to get that day. And if he's in a mood, just look out. And I just think there's something to be said for a coach that I know has his players' backs. And that's what I hear from Tampa guys is that, listen, he didn't play in the league. He didn't even play professional hockey. So, yeah, maybe you think someone else is better X's and O's or whatever it is. But there's something to be said for a coach that just has your back and is just a decent and good dude. And you feel at the rink like he's helping you get better. He's helping your team get better. And just the way you talk to and address your team and address your players and interact with your captains and your leadership group. I think so much of that goes into how your team plays on the ice, just having their back off the ice. And I just know, man, that's not the situation with every single coach. And you're right, man. I thought Lindy Ruff, I thought Dan Muse, look at the roster in Pittsburgh, an aging core, a bunch of guys that Kyle Dubas kind of just threw in there. I also think there's a lot to be said for not just exceeding expectations like Buffalo did, but to just meet them, flat out meet them like Colorado did. You go into the season, everyone's like, Colorado's unreal, this and that, and they absolutely smashed the league. So I thought there were a couple really, really good candidates. Coop's one of, if not the best, can't disagree with it. But all I've heard is that he's just a good mentor and just a good dude that guys can lean on in that room.
All right. That's a really good way to put it. Something we'll talk about a little bit later on too. I want to also hit on with you the All-Star weekend is going to be a 5-team round-robin tournament of 5-minute 3-on-3 games to lead into a 10-minute final. Who is it again? Canada, U.S., Sweden, Finland, and the world, right?
And the what are we doing here?
So Leon will be. I don't mind this. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I can't rip it, dude. I like anything new. Like, I'll give anything a chance. I'm not one of those people that's like reading this and being like, this stinks. Like, what a joke of a format. Like, I'll give everything a chance. I just don't. First of all, I don't think or know that Four Nations last year will like that hype will ever be topped. And like, I just think they knocked that out of the park so well. But I don't know. It's just, it does not feel like you guys for sure before Four Nations that this whole All-Star thing was getting a little stale and did need a little bit of a pickup. Like, God, I loved seeing Kucherov absolutely just toss pucks around here in Toronto a couple years ago when he figured out he wasn't going to win that rep. But I'm open to new things, and like I'm excited to see what the guys do. And like I saw that one of the things is for skills comp, it's only like guys ages 25 and younger.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I like that they're at least trying new things and to see what works. And anytime you get all those players together, as long as the guys are putting in an effort, I think it's going to be a great show.
All right, Luke. Are you doing one more with us in a couple weeks?
Sure, man. I'm all done for the season here. I'm getting ready for free agency, but that's it for me on the telly. So I got nothing but time. If you guys want to jump back. Yeah.
Well, because the Stanley Cup Final could end Tuesday or it could go until the following Wednesday. Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I'm surprised you didn't ask me about this because I did lead it. I'm just thinking of it off the top of my head now, but I was talking about that Kitchener Rangers team. I'm not trying to rub salt in any wounds.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We talked about it a lot.
This kid's an absolute player, boys. He's an absolute
O'Reilly,
player.
yeah.
So I have not lost faith in Isaac Howard, but I will tell you that this Sam O'Reilly put on an absolute show at the Mem. But yes, I have lots of time coming up here, boys. We can talk about whatever, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, no, I do want to ask you one more thing then. The Jays don't start for another hour. I have at times criticized the Oilers organization. And Luke, as you know, these are just my observations, but I try to back it up with things I see. And I just look at some other teams like Vegas, like Tampa Bay, and they just always have these like competitive, smart, well-rounded players. And sometimes I feel the Oilers get a guy, and I'm like, who is he? What's his hockey sense? What's his IQ? How well-spoken is he? How can he communicate with his teammates? How well does he communicate with his teammates, you know? And sometimes I just wonder, do the Oilers actually interview these people? I hate to say this, but like, don't you need to sit down with a guy, like, get a sense of how competitive are you? You and your grandma are going into the corner. Who's coming out with the puck? You're going to knock old Granny into the boards? Mark Stone will do it. You know what I mean? Like, do the Oilers thoroughly enough look at these guys and their competitive fire?
I don't know what the process is. For that one specifically, I have no idea, but listen, at the end of the season, you heard it. They got to look at things down from the top down and how they evaluate players and how they assess players. And I'm sure something like this, I'm absolutely sure something like this does not go unnoticed. And I'm sure processes will be looked at and how they start moving forward here because everybody sees this, right?
Right.
Nobody misses this stuff, right? Like, all these guys are watching this stuff. You know who I'm talking about, right? Like, everyone's watching, everybody knows. So,
so you know, even though you and I don't know necessarily what happens behind closed doors, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, 100%.
When have the Oilers had one guy I always bring up, Keegan Colasar. Like, when I first saw him, I've told you this, when I first saw him play, I was like, come on, this guy's act isn't going to last. And then you see him game after game, like, oh, wait a minute. He has an act, but he could also play, and he's competitive as hell. You know?
In saying that, right, Vegas has one guy on their team that they got through the draft. I don't even know if it's one. It might be zero. They have this ability to look around the league, find competitive players, and put them into spots to succeed. So continuing to look around the league and see what people are doing and find those diamonds in the rough, man.
All right. We appreciate this. So you'll be on with Dusty and Eric. I think Dusty's back next week, right?
Yes.
So Luke will actually be on with Dusty and Eric. And then we'll do one more in a couple weeks if you got time. We love you, buddy. Thanks for doing this.
Love it, boys. Have a good one. Good luck with the draft.
All right. Yeah, I think it finished. So we're okay. And he gave us permission to be weird, which I'll always take.
Yes, that's a very good
that's
blessing.
good. We think the draft finished. Okay, I'll say this. It went too bad. It went not bad. I don't know why it didn't start on time. That was weird. And then, obviously, we were giving Tom a hard time, but it still should have worked.
Yeah, that would be something.
That was discouraging.
But it did. Like, I'll have to get the full story from Tom, but it did eventually make the picks. I don't know if that was Tom or if it was just squeezing it through slowly. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, but Reid, we've got rosters. We've got...
Yeah, and I have too many players on a bye in week 1, so I might have to...
Now, it says that my record is currently 0-1.
You have a tie?
Apparently so.
Oh, that's weird. I'm 0-0. Let's go to the league standings. Here's the main league page. There have been no trades. Yes. In this page it has me and you with a tie.
Interesting. I tried to access transactions, and under that page it says all. You can add and drop, trades, waivers, but it says no transactions yet. So I'm not sure how to.
Well, there's access when you go to my team. There are options for add player, drop player, create, trade.
Well, we can't drop anybody. We just drafted.
Well, I need to drop. I'm not going to be able to ice an entire team, to field an entire team.
Well, Trey Ford's still available.
So I won't have a defense or a special teams because the Riders are on a bye.
Well, that's a you problem.
I don't really want to drop them, though. I think I'll just play with an empty position there. Oh, the strategy.
Well, you could drop
strategy begins.
You could drop. See, that's the thing. Now you can drop. Say your.
Now I could drop.
Pick and pick up another defense.
Oh,
but
I see.
As commissioner, what you have to lay out the rules for when you can add and drop players.
Do whenever you want.
Like, for instance,
there are no rules. You just do it.
In our fantasy football league for the NFL, you can't add or drop any players until after week 1.
Oh, I think we can do that here. There's nothing stopping you.
You're the commish. This is going to be on you.
There's no rules set up to do it. We got another limerick here from Mex. Is this real sports or is this just fantasy? She is janky. No escape.
Sight is janky.
Oh, sight is janky.
Yeah.
No escape from its deficiencies. Spent all my coin on these leagues I joined. Now I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. Was that Bohemian Rhapsody? He tied in there?
I guess so.
Yeah, is this real or is this fantasy? Poor boy from a poor family. Isn't that from Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yes.
By, was that Queen? I think that was Queen.
The one and only.
Oh, my goodness. What a day. What a day to just be here. We're late into the 4 o'clock break. We're trying wings today. It's Wagon Wednesday. Marc Majeau is going to talk basketball. And Jay's play of the day coming up.
The Lock Shop. Cleveland Browns are finalizing a deal that will send Myles Garrett to the Los Angeles Rams. They will get Pro Bowl edge Jared Verse, a 2027 first-round pick, and other draft pick compensation still being negotiated to the Browns.
Wow. Verse is no joke. I mean, he's a heck of a player. Now, Myles Garrett's probably the best in the biz, so...
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Airy at Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work. LAMMLES.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Before the first snap, before the noise, before everyone else. This is Edmonton football. The only way to experience it is being there when it happens. Every hit, catch, and touchdown. Season seats, flex packs, groups, single games. There's a way in for everyone. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year. Get your seats now at goelks.com/tickets.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals. Spurs Knicks hit the deck for Game 1 in San Antonio. 6:30 start for that one. New York's Mitchell Robinson is questionable for the game, expected to be available for tonight, according to ESPN. To the NHL, Tampa Bay's Jon Cooper has won his first career Jack Adams Award after leading the Lightning to a 50-26-6 regular season record. At 5:15, the Jays and Braves lock horn for Game 2 of their 3-game set. Patrick Corbin goes to the bump for Toronto. Grant Holmes countering for Atlanta. Right now on the majors, end of the 6th, the Mets up 7-1 on the Mariners for the lone game live right now. Later on, we see the Giants and Brewers matching up while the Yankees take on the Guardians. Out in Brampton, the 2-3 Stingers challenge the 5-1 Honey Badgers. Listen to the game right here on EST. Game time at 5:30. Our coverage starts, joining in progress just after 6 o'clock. And once that wraps up on our audio streams, we'll have the Riverhawks and Harbor Cats game as well. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Well, that better be the nicest haircut I've ever seen when I see Tom tomorrow. He better look like the love child of Brad Pitt and Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, yes.
I want him to be so hot, you can barely see the road from the heat coming off.
Baby.
Yeah. Anyway, that we have completed the most stressful hour in the history of the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. What are we at? About a year and 8 months now? Yeah, we're at a year and 2/3. That was it. That was less stressful than the very first show when we didn't know if it was going to work at all.
Well, I don't know about that one.
But we have drafted our CFL Fantasy draft. So the people in the league, if you missed it earlier this week, Jay, me, Zach, Tom Gazzola, Dustin Nielsen and Hernan Salas, who went in reluctantly, but he went in. He was a good trooper about it.
One thing I will note, now that you're able to look at your rosters, I wish they would almost black out or highlight players that are on a bye.
Yes.
To say...
Yeah, because you have to look in that extra column.
Now, yes, you have to... I don't know. I guess as you get used to this, you'll see it. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We're off to the races now.
You and I both have a tie already, apparently.
You guys are the only two with a record.
Hopefully that'll be corrected. There's clearly some glitches, which aren't great. This experience was better than a lot of the things we heard from Sunday and Monday. It was weird it didn't start on time, but it did start. And then something weird happened with Tom and the auto draft. The menu, the interface could have been better, I think, but it wasn't horrible. And you get used to doing the Yahoo stuff, or I'm in a sleeper draft on my phone. So you get used to that stuff. But we did it in under an hour. We probably did it in about 50 minutes because we didn't start till about 3:10. If without that glitch with whatever, we were giving Tom a hard time, but we don't really know for sure what happened. Without that, it might have taken half an hour, maybe not even.
We were buzzing through it.
So it was okay. Now we see how it does during the season. As we were saying, this is important for the CFL to have CFL Fantasy that works, that brings people in, that people can use, that the average fan can get involved in, that the perhaps non-CFL fan can get pulled into the league a little bit with. So we'll see how it goes. It was fun for me to draft. Kayberg says, my fantasy has who's playing and who's on a bye. Yeah, I assume he means what he does now for NFL. Am I only in one NFL pool? Yeah, I'm just in one NFL pool, and it's on Sleeper. And when you go in, I believe the guy, if he's on a bye, it's grayed out. His name is grayed out.
Yes.
And then you realize, I got to get him on the bench this week if you have a sub.
See, now I'm looking on CFL Fantasy on my phone.
Okay.
And I've logged in and it's not showing up.
Oh, I haven't.
Is
even
there a CFL Fantasy app?
I haven't even tried it on my phone. I've just been doing it on my laptop.
Huh.
Well, hey, we'll keep reviewing it throughout the season. I mean, hopefully they could make tweaks and improvements throughout the
I'm just happy that you and I are in first place with that tie.
Tied with a tie.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. I think you'll like what you see on that page. You have to be 18 and older to play. And if you gamble, use your game sense.
Going to game one of the NBA Finals tonight between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio, this postseason, is averaging 113 points per game. The New York Knickerbockers,
we got to call them the Knickerbockers every single time,
are averaging 120 points per game. Now, they have held their opposition to 100 points. So New York's defense, they've got good defense. We're going to talk to Majeau about it later, how they plan on handling Wembanyama, all that fun stuff, yada, yada, yada. But even if they were to average what they've averaged this playoffs and hold the San Antonio Spurs to 100 points, this would still go over by a few. Because right now the over-under set at 217 points. I bumped that total up. I bumped it up to 218.5 to get a little bit of a more positive number. So that's the play. New York's Knickerbockers, San Antonio
San Diego
Spurs,
Clippers.
over 218.5 points. That has been boosted to plus 120. There's lots of other plays up on playalberta.ca. Click on sports, click on EST specials. You'll still see Maddie's play. The Elks start with a W. This is extremely good value right now. It's been boosted to plus 160. If you go look at the actual lines for the Elks to win, they're at plus 116 now. That has been coming down and down and down. But the EST special remains. Elks to win their season opener is still at plus 160 over at playalberta.ca. Click on sports, click on EST specials, and read. Always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
And it's presented by Play Alberta. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Remember, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already. We're over 15,000 subscribers. Let's build towards 16,000. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. We try to get to at least 100 thumbs up on every show. Maybe you're on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. Perfectly fine. Those are great apps. Make us a preset or a favorite or one of your frequent listens on those pages as well. And you can get us after the fact on wherever you get your podcast, or you can go back on YouTube and find favorite parts of the show. We were mentioning the Mark Killam show, so that you can get that as part of the Reid Wilkins show, and it's got its own separate video as well.
Yes.
So you can find that all on the Edmonton Sports Talk channel on YouTube, which is awesome stuff. All right, let's do the Oil Understood here. The Oil Understood is presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. Now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. So Cooper wins Coach of the Year. Just quickly, anybody surprised out there in audience land too? Who's surprised? How surprised are you it wasn't rough? I'm quite surprised.
I would say it's, yes, surprised as well. I mean, completely turned around. What was it? What Buffalo had missed 13 straight years or 14 of playoffs.
And they looked like they were easily on their, I mean, they were like Gavin McKenna territory early December.
Well on their way.
Yeah.
And Lindy Ruff comes in there and totally turns that team around. I'd be surprised. I mean, I still believe Jon Cooper was the voting favorite.
Right. And is this, okay, let me ask you this. Is some of this...
the odds favorite, sorry, Reid.
Is some of this a Lifetime Achievement Award too?
Yes.
Like, sometimes an actor wins an Oscar and it's like, that wasn't actually his best performance, but he's been so damn close a lot.
Yep.
I thought it was really interesting. We asked Luke Gazdic, what do you hear about Cooper? And he goes, you know what? It's amazing what you can accomplish when you actually care about your players. Now, we've been talking a lot in Edmonton. Do the Oilers need a hard-ass coach? Do the Oilers need somebody who says, we'll paraphrase, but who basically comes in and says, I don't care what's on your trophy case, Connor McDavid. You're going to do this just like everybody else. Leon Draisaitl, next time you try a blind backhand pass, you're on the bench, punk. Can you... So is a good coach someone who has those standards, but you also feel like you're playing for him as opposed to spite him? Like there's that old school philosophy with coaches. It's like, I want them to be so angry at me, they go out there and try to prove me wrong. I'm going to tell them how terrible they are at every practice, and they're so I'm the enemy. Forget about the other team. I'm the enemy. I need them to. I'm gonna try to make them feel so bad about themselves. They're gonna go out there and try to prove me wrong because I'm gonna tear down their manhood. Tear down their ability.
I think the best coaches have the ability to do both, Reid, and in a caring manner. I mean, have you heard Jon Cooper do an interview? Have you heard Lindy Ruff do an interview?
Yes.
Personality. They talk. They're approachable or seem approachable. Right? They have charisma. This is something that players would feed off of, absolutely.
Right.
But I do believe that there is a room on an NHL bench for both. For a coach to have, like, it all comes back to that word we were tossing around. I don't know if it was last week or the week prior, but accountability within the team.
Right.
A coach that can make his players accountable to each other, to themselves, to the coaching staff. And if not, well, the hammer has to get waved around a bit.
Yeah. And Cooper has done that. I mean, he has benched guys. I mean, didn't he bench their big line a few years ago?
Sure.
So, but I guess what Luke was saying, ultimately, a positive environment is better than a tense environment. And a positive environment doesn't mean a soft environment necessarily. It doesn't mean an environment without accountability.
Exactly.
I mean, and so you're right. It maybe can be hard as a coach or as a human being to watch that line, to walk that line.
I think that's why the greats and the best are the best.
That's what separates the best coaches at the highest level. Like, I'm going to challenge you. Someday I might have to look you in the eye and tell you that your performance, your effort is totally unacceptable, but you're going to know that I'm still on your side, right? Is that the magic point? Is that that magic zone?
I think so. But like, what is it about a Jon Cooper that you would say that is missing on this, or was missing from the Oilers head coach last season?
Well,
is it a healthy combination?
Perfection, if you listen to Connor McDavid. No, but in all seriousness, well, I mean, I'm not going to get into the Knobloch stuff again.
Well, no, let's talk about it. Jon Cooper's been named the coach of the year.
Right. And he's always a candidate, even if he's not a finalist.
Right. So what does that take to always be a candidate? That is or was lacking.
Without me never really having dealt with him.
Just what you would look at it and say from an outsider. For me, I would say it's positive.
I would say
accountability and affirmation.
I would say honesty, trust, and clearly knowing the X's and O's of hockey. But yeah, being honest with your players, having like, I'll use the word trust. I'm going to instruct you as the coach, and I trust that you're going to execute my instructions to the best of your ability. And in exchange, you have to trust me that I'm putting you in the best position to succeed. And that if I'm telling you your play, your work is insufficient, that
there's an action you take.
There's an action you take, or perhaps I also give you the instruction. I mean, what's the worst possible thing as a player or in life?
Nothing.
Hey, Milne, you did a crappy job today. Oh, okay. It's my first day. Yeah, you better do better tomorrow. Okay.
Well, how do you
get out
better?
of here? Yeah.
Yeah. Feedback.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Glad to have you on board the furniture store your first week. I really liked how you dealt with those customers that came in and weren't very polite. We got some things to work on with how you set up that display. Why don't you come in first thing Monday? I'll sit down and I'll take you through how we've done some things in the past.
You got it, boss.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay.
Wow.
I guess I must have screwed up, but he's
okay with it. He's allowing me to work through it.
Yeah. Or even say, oh, geez, I'm sorry if I messed up. Hey, it's okay. You've never done it before. Let's get it down pat next week.
So do you feel? And I don't want to bang the drum too much here, but do you feel that what we were just talking about, that trust, that accountability piece, was lacking in Edmonton here? Or was it there and it somewhat has fallen on deaf ears? It's run its course.
Well, that's the other thing. A lot of coaches, it just runs out, right? I mean, Cassidy, and this is what I've been saying. The new coach is 3 years max, but maybe he won't be.
Well, Jon Cooper's not, right?
Yeah. Gord Marner says, Rod the Bod is a guy it seems like they would go through a wall for. He's fire and I like it. But see, I think that's a good point. But I also think coaches have to be themselves. I don't think you want a coach who is fiery, acting fiery, but the players know, okay. And is Cooper fiery? I don't know if I would describe Cooper as fiery. Like, there's intensity.
I think time and a place with him.
Yeah.
But it seems to be more focused alertness. as you said.
Focus alertness. Yeah. Yes. Riding the Pine says Knobber benched Leo once, and look what happened later in the game. Leo went out and won us for us. Yeah, that's true. Miller says, in my opinion, what was missing was a coach who would outwardly stand up for his players. What I mean, if penalties are not being called, at least join your team and say something. KK did not do this. Yeah, we heard some of that in the past throughout the last couple of seasons. Why doesn't Knobloch lose it on the refs? Why doesn't he come out and say this if Connor's being mauled? Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Well, part of that could be accountability to your players. Saying, I've got your back. I know you guys can't go out and speak about it outwardly. I'm going to take the bullet here.
Yeah.
Right?
Rip City Steps said the magic zone is Reid losing it on chatters occasionally and still encouraging us to have fun in the nasty chat. Oh, that may have happened. Yeah, this is it. An interesting thing. Oh, Big U says Reid sounds like a good furniture store owner. Yeah, I probably would. Well, Jay and I would co-own the store because he has the more of the experience.
I'm out.
Jay's done it up.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to go back to Blockbuster, even though I tell stories about it. You know, but Sid Smith has been in our chat a couple times this week. I don't know if he's still in there or if he remembers this. The first time I hosted Inside Sports, okay? Like, I'd filled in a few times, but the first night I had the job. It's like, hey, everybody, I'm the new host. Here we go. I'm hosting Oilers games. So I host Inside Sports. The next morning, I opened my email. I got one of the most glowing emails I've ever got from anybody, from Sid Smith. Hey, Reid, I might have saved it. Like, great start to the show. Great, Jay Onright was my first guest. Great rapport with Jay. You two sounded so natural together. Your friendship came across on air. You know, plus, whether you know him or not, he's a nationally known broadcaster. You had Stoff on to talk Oilers. Great update. Like, he made me feel like I was the greatest talk show host in history after one show. I knew deep down that I wasn't. I'm sure there were many things about the show he would have looked at and say, oh, man, Reid's got a lot to work on.
But he knew.
But after show one, it's like, hey, buddy, you got the job. You've earned it. There were a lot of good things. Let's build.
That's a leader.
Right. That's a leader.
That's a leader saying, let's focus on the good for now. We'll get to the extra, minor details that you can improve on. But for now, way to go. Do it again. Show up Monday. We'll do it again.
Right. Now, is that what the Oilers need?
No.
Well, but the Oilers, I think the Oilers need and this is what they've said. Even Leon said it, right? Like, guys need roles. And that's the criticism that maybe Knobloch didn't get at first, but he was getting in the end. And other coaches got as it moved along was that the depth players don't have roles. It's Leon and Connor. And now Leon's killing the penalty. Or now Connor's killing penalties. And they're out in the final minute. So, over the years, the Derek Ryans and Curtis Lazars of the world are like, well, what do? I play 2 shifts in the first period and 1 in the second period, and then I watch the other guys go to work.
Well, didn't Leon say we can't do it all?
Yes.
Right?
And I think didn't even say, like, guys need roles.
Yeah. This is a team. They need to be playing like a team.
But here's the challenge again for the new coach, though. He's got Leon and Connor on the bench.
Sure, but use them, he's use them as they should be used, but yet still provide roles for your depth players. And one of those uses for Connor and Leon is not on the PK.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen anymore.
I bet you they hope it doesn't happen anymore.
I mean, and quite frankly, if one of those guys was going to kill penalties, I'd sooner it would be Leon.
Well, he's got a little bit more of an edge.
Maybe if you need a face-off, take the face-off, clear the puck, and he changes. I mean, I would have Connor McDavid nowhere near the penalty kill unless it's that situation in LA in game 1 from 2025. Hey, you're down a couple, 6 minutes left in the third, you take a penalty. Okay, well, maybe we still got to think offense here so Connor can go out there. I don't want Connor on the penalty kill otherwise. Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. The River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Don't forget about Tap 25 Happy Hour. They got $5.25 drinks. They got all beers, including bottled draft, import, domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine. Served at Tap 25, Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor, Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., rivercreeresort.com. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting. Wagon Wednesday is coming up. We're going to eat wings. Marc Majeau on the NBA. My goodness, all in the second half of the show.
From San Antonio, Game 1 of the NBA Finals goes down, a rematch of 1999 Spurs and Knicks. 6:30, New York's Mitchell Robinson questionable for the game, but expected to be available for tonight, according to ESPN. The NHL, Tampa Bay's Jon Cooper has won his first career Jack Adams Award after leading the Lightning to a 50-26-6 record in the regular season. For the Jays, they're in action 5:15 first pitch against the Braves for Game 2 of their 3-game set. Patrick Corbin gets the nod for Toronto. It's Grant Holmes on the other side for Atlanta. 2 matches. Game's about to get underway. Orioles, Red Sox warming up with the Padres, and Phillies about to go at it. And from Brampton, the 2-3 Stingers challenge the 5-1 Honey Badgers. Listen to the game right here on EST. Game time at 5:30. We join In Progress for that one just after 6 o'clock. And once that game wraps up on our audio streams, we'll have the Riverhawks and Harbor Cats game. Find the Stingers Riverhawks broadcast schedule at edmontonsportstalk.com. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Edmonton is expecting some changes this offseason, and I'm talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation. No permission is needed to speak with them. Visit their showroom, open 7 days a week, or online at paramountflooring.ca. Damon Bunting presents Buying or Selling next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
TSN's Jamie McLennan.
I think Bruce Cassidy fits every bill for the Edmonton Oilers. Tongue-in-cheek, I've brought up Daryl Sutter's name, too, on a 1-year deal. Hauling him off the farm and having him attack these guys for a year, I think that would be great as well. But what they need, hardened coaches. Waugh and Laviolette fit the bill for any team that is looking for that.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Let's go. Portions of this hour presented by Lamley's, built for the job, made with quality craftsmanship and designed for job protection with cowboy-worthy durability. Lamley's workwear combines safety with all-day comfort, featuring brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed to withstand tough conditions and deliver performance across every job site. Visit lamleys.com/work to see how Lamley's can make your workday better.
LAMMLES.
780-218-9999 is how you text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Post in the nasty chat on YouTube. The off-topic topic for William Huff. Meck says, outside of St. Martha's at Collingwood, we used to have 8-foot rims, full court, and we used to have a game there where we just dunked on each other. The off-topic topic was, you got a story about dunking. I don't think we have very many.
Now, what did Dustin do, Matt? Did he tear his...
Did he break both his legs?
MCL8? Like, did he blow his knee out?
I blew his knee out. There's video of it, like, buckled and had WCB.
He got workers. How much work did he miss?
I didn't miss any, but he had to do WCB because it was at work.
Did he have surgery?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, he just was messed up.
It hurt his knee pretty good.
Oh, like I thought he needed a big brace or something.
I would have thought he would have needed surgery.
I'm pretty sure the video is still on the old TSN 1260 YouTube channel as well. So I tried to dig for it, but I couldn't find it today.
Oh,
well, see, but if you're going to dunk, you have to have explosive power.
Well, Reid.
Yeah, but I know part of it for me is God-given.
But not everybody's like you.
I know. It's tough.
They're different.
We have Wagon Wednesday coming up in about 10 minutes, presented by the World Professional Chuck Wagon Association and Century Mile Racetrack. That's always fun. Greg Buchanan, my old boss in Lloydminster, is going to join us from the WPCA. At 5 o'clock, we got wings in studio, the Brewhouse Wing Flavor of the Month. It is the Canadian Brewhouse Studio, so they're bringing us the wing flavor of the month, and I think this is going to happen near the start of every month. Marc Majeau at about 20 after 5 to talk about the NBA Finals. I don't know if I told you this. I think I told you. I haven't said it on air. Last week, I get a text from Marc Majeau. He's a great guy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what a wonderful human being. He said, would you like to go to Disclosure Day, Thursday, June 11th?
Oh, wow.
Opening night. He goes, I'll get you a ticket. I mean, I paid him back. And I said, yes. Now, it is Game 5 of the Cup Final, but I'm like, whatever. I got to live.
Yeah, you do.
I can tape the game and watch it when the Knights might sweep them.
They could.
They could.
That's the one about the disclosure about alien life, supposedly. Or supposedly.
Supposedly, it's about the height of the conspiracy to... Now, some people could care less about aliens. Irregardless. Is that our buddy Reid, who was the athlete of the week in the nasty chat?
Would appear to be.
When is the draft? Now, Reid, we don't know if you mean when is the NHL draft or the silly CFL Fantasy draft that we just did. We did it in the first hour of the show.
Thank goodness.
Now, I don't know if well, he might be. Now, this would be quite flattering if Reid Lowe, who was an athlete of the week, he plays lacrosse in, what's the name of the town? What is it again?
Chowan?
That's the university, yeah.
Chowan.
Anyway, is he sitting around his summer break in the Edmonton area being like, oh my God, I missed the CFL Fantasy draft? Yeah, you missed it, Reid. He was in the first hour of the show. I suggest you go back and watch so you can understand how even two people who've worked in broadcasting a while can still have an awkward and horrid hour. Because Reid does a podcast with his friends.
I think you're taking what you felt and applying it to what the listeners and viewers saw. Because I understand what you felt, because I felt it too. And it was extremely, it
was horrifying.
It was terrifying. But I think some of that could be entertaining to get the old Wilkie out of his comfort zone.
Yeah, go back and watch it, Reid. We'll finish watching the show live. Watch it tonight, and you'll just be like, oh my God, these guys are pros?
And truthfully, I think Maddie's confirmed it. I think Dusty took us to the ringer.
Oh, maybe. Well, he does cover the league. Well, we cover the league. I got Rourke first overall. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I thought I had first pick. And then,
it changed.
And then look at this.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened.
To bump it and bump it and bump it. And lo and behold, the commission gets the first pick.
Buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Buying or selling, Reid? 4 Elks.
This, just to clarify how things happen, that pause was Jay realizing, like, oh, yeah, this is my segment. I had the idea. No, I do that all the time, too, where I'm like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to talk.
So the CFL on TSN, well, the CFL came out with...
should be number 1. I didn't look that closely
I'm
at the
not
list.
disputing that.
Okay.
I'm saying distribution by
Rourke's
team.
good, buying.
Yeah.
I know who the Elks had.
I think it would be easy to look at this and be like, well, there should have been maybe a few. No, I think actually when you look at the distribution by team, Saskatchewan Roughriders had 9 players in the top 50. Winnipeg 7, Hamilton 7, BC 6, Montreal 6, Calgary 5, Edmonton 4, Ottawa 3, Toronto 3.
Right.
Ottawa Redbacks are capitalized, as they should be.
Of course.
I don't have an issue with that. In fact, if I'm a member of the Edmonton Elks, I look at this and I'm pissed off. And I say, well, yeah, we're lucky we have 4 players. And think of this, Reid. 2 of the players that are on this list for the Elks, in Coulter Woodmansey and Malik Carney, weren't on this team last year.
So Mac didn't make the top 50?
Austin Mack did not.
Interesting.
Okay. Justin Rankin did.
Did AJ Ross make it?
JJ Ross did not.
Sorry, JJ Ross.
JJ Ross is just too unknown.
He's not quite noticed yet.
I think this will be a coming out year.
Didn't Tyrell Ford make it?
Tyrell Ford made it.
But is AJ Ross not the Elks' best defensive back right now?
Reid, in my opinion, I think Cordell Jackson might be the best complete piece.
Okay.
I think JJ Ross is the best one-on-one cover man on the Elks roster.
Nick Anderson didn't make it.
Nick
I
Anderson
think he was
did
on
not
it
make
last
it
year, but he was hurt a lot last year.
So Justin Rankin was at spot number 50.
The highest Elk.
He was the highest Elk. Malik Carney, 23.
That's good to have a D lineman that high.
Tyrell Ford, 44. Ranked number 44. And Coulter Woodmansey, ranked number 49.
Carter O'Donnell will be on that list next year. That's my prediction.
You know what my prediction is? Next year, Justin Rankin will be in the top 5.
I hope so.
Yeah. I think this is a year Justin Rankin can take the step into superstar status in the CFL. I really think he can.
How many quarterbacks were in there? Because Fajardo was not in there.
Like overall on the list?
Right.
Breakdown by position, there was only 7 quarterbacks.
That's not an only number. That's almost the entire league, and Fajardo wasn't one of them.
Fajardo was not one of them.
Right.
Who were the 7 quarterbacks then?
So,
like you're telling me
Rourke, Adams,
Trevor Harris, Alexander, Rourke,
Kalaros. I think everybody except Edmonton's and Ottawa's quarterbacks. Because Chad Kelly was. I think Chad Kelly made it.
I guess. Okay. Yeah, Chad Kelly was 24th.
Well, he's good when healthy and or not suspended.
He was ranked ahead of Zach Kalaros. Interesting.
So now is Fajardo, and we like Fajardo.
Good guy.
Is he one of the bigger question marks on the Elks offense?
I would put him up there, but I would have the offensive line as the biggest question mark for this team. Now, do I think it's improved? Yes. But I still look at that as a question mark. When the bullets are flying, it's real football coming this Saturday. I want to see how that offensive line performs.
Okay.
Cody Fajardo, with space and time and a proper pocket, can be very accurate.
Right.
He's got a great efficiency.
And the first team offense looked very good on Friday. Take that for what it's worth.
So if Cody has time and space and the ability to throw, he is a very efficient quarterback. So I don't think that's not my biggest question. My biggest question is protection.
All right. We'll talk more about that later on and leading into the first game of the season in Ottawa, 5 p.m. on Saturday. Wagon Wednesday. Greg Buchanan is going to join us when we get back.
Day 2, Week 1 Elks injury report. Joe Robustelli and Brett Boyko did not practice. Robustelli out with a hamstring issue. Boyko sidelined with a hand injury. The Elks hit the field opening their season in Ottawa on Saturday. Game 1, NBA Finals goes at 6:30 between the Knicks and Spurs. New York has won 11 straight games while the Spurs are fresh off a 7-game series against the Thunder. NHL news, Tampa Bay's Jon Cooper has won his first career Jack Adams Award after leading the Lightning to a 50-26-6 record in the regular season. At 5:15, it's the Jays and Braves locking horns. Game 2 of their 3-game set. Patrick Corbin on the bump for Toronto. Grant Holmes in for Atlanta. And 2 games are live right now, including the Orioles and Red Sox. Underway, top of the first. They're runless. To the CEBL, it's a 2-3 Stingers challenging the 5-1 Honey Badgers. 5:30 tip-off. Listen to the game on any of EST's audio streams. Coverage picks up just after 6 o'clock once the Reid Wilkins Show wraps up. And once that game's over, we'll join Game 2 between the Riverhawks and Harbor Cats. First pitch is scheduled for 7:35. Wagon Wednesday up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
It's fascinating. The science, the methods, the rationale behind hunting, like harvesting the whole animal.
I don't know if science was the right word there, but I know what you're going with.
Just settle down. You know what? Spurs in 3.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
My goodness, we are having an incredible show today at a little after 5 o'clock. Jasmine from the Hangout and I have come up with our own wacky and wild Game 1 NBA Finals play of the day. That's going to be up on Play Alberta soon. We'll tell you what that is. The wings have been dropped off. The Maui Pineapple Wing Flavor of the Month, the Canadian Burros. Jay and I are going to eat them live on air after 5 o'clock. Marc Majeau is going to be on the show. And right now, it's Wagon Wednesday for the World Professional Chuck Wagon Association, presented by Century Mile Racetrack. Feel the thunder at Century Mile Racetrack. Live horse racing, heart-pounding action, and great dining all in one place. Grab your friends and make your next night out unforgettable at Century Mile Racetrack. Visit today and bet on the excitement. And from the WBCA, it's my good buddy Greg Buchanan checking in. Bucky, how are you doing? We do not hear you, my friend. We do not hear you. Check your mute or your volume, and we'll get right back to you. Greg was we're in GP last week.
Yes,
for the Stampede.
At the Stampede.
And Bonnyville starts tomorrow.
Bonnyville starts tomorrow.
Okay. So he'll give us the lowdown here right away. We just got to get his
the
his
Bonnyville Chuckwagon Championship.
Bonnyville Chuckwagon Championship. Okay.
Aubrey Matawalo took I think they gave away a diesel truck.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good deal.
To the winner. So, yeah, we wanted to go through that winning race, set up what's going on with up in Bonnyville. Been to Bonnyville?
I've been to Bonnyville several times.
Yeah, you covered a team
I've
around
covered
there?
some hockey there. Yes.
You ever been to Moose Lake?
I don't know.
Grew up going to a church camp at Moose Lake.
Oh, did you really?
Yes.
All right. How are we doing audio-wise, Coop?
Just trying to connect with him now.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have his phone number as a backup?
I do not.
We'll get it to you. You got it?
Yeah, I'll text it to you.
We'll get it to you if we can't connect with him. We're going to have this every Wednesday throughout the Chuck Wagon season, which will be a lot of fun. We're talking about that Elks-Ottawa game. It's 5 p.m. on Saturday. And once again, we're going to have the Green and Gold kickoff show 1 hour before every Elks game. So that's hosted by Jason Milne and Matthew Iwanek, who's still here at work. I don't know what he's scheming. So that'll be at 4 p.m. on Saturday, and then they'll be on after every game as well for the Green and Gold post-game show. So the Elks are 5 o'clock Saturday, then they got a bye week, and then 2 o'clock on Saturday for the home opener on the 20th. Right. Yeah. What are you laughing at? What did I do?
Mick Diesel says, whenever someone does a video hit with EST, it should come with a quick check your mute notification. Otherwise, the compilation would be hilarious. It happens.
Oh, it's okay. It happens. I've gone on and been muted a few times. Jode says Moose Lake is the big lake just west of town. It was up there by Bonnyville.
Yeah, right off the
I
Bonnyville
probably knew
golf
that at
course.
some point, and I forgot. I don't know if I ever played that golf course there.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I've driven past
There's a lot of
several
good golf courses in there. Like the Lloyd golf course is nice. We were talking about North Battleford had a good one. Where else did I used to go? Lashburn, I think, had a good golf course. I never played the sand greens at Kitscotty. Of 7 years there, I never got out and played the sand greens at Kitscotty. It's too bad. What are we doing? Phone? Yeah, he's still going to be there. All right. Greg Buchanan from the World Professional Chuck Wagon Association. Buck, how are you doing?
Not bad. You can see me, and now you can hear me. So I don't know what's better.
It's both. You sound and look beautiful, my friend. It's all good. How'd it go in Grand Prairie, man?
It went well. You know what? It's always a great show, the Stampede. And it's kind of interesting because there's a history. People are always wondering, okay, there's the Calgary Stampede, then there's the Grand Prairie Stampede. And I asked, how did you guys come up with the name Stampede? Well, Stampede was already used, so we used Stampede instead.
So we've got the winning race here where Aubrey Matawalo won. What was it that made his setup different than others? Because there were some big names that didn't finish high in the standings. What was it about Aubrey's setup that made him take home the win?
Well, it's his back-to-back Grand Prairie Stampede championship, so he likes the track, and he came up barrel number one in the championship heat, and he had Darcy Flagg kind of chasing him down. Luke Tournier had a great start coming out of the infield, but he just couldn't catch up to him, and Troy Dorchester was kind of hung out wide, 4 wide. So, you know what, and Aubrey has been building for this for a while. Aubrey is a former Calgary Stampede champion. Now he has won 2 straight Grand Prairie Stampede championships. And he's just a solid driver, a former Pony Chuck Wagon champion. Also spent some time in the CPCA. And look at him coming home. Like, there was nobody who's going to touch him. And so Aubrey wins it again. And Aubrey afterwards said he cheated. He cheated. And then the reason why he said he cheated, a little emotional here, but he lost both his parents in the last year. And he felt when he went up to the track, he felt so calm because they were in the wagon box with him. So that is something very special when he felt he's not going to lose. Mom and Dad are here with me. So that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, well, that's incredible, Buck. Thanks for sharing that. Love seeing the footage of the racing. It's so exciting. You mentioned Luke Tournier.
Yes.
Like he's got to be. I mean, he's been driving a while. What's the first digit in his age?
You ask him that. I'm not going to.
It's got to be at least a 5, isn't it? I would think.
Well, yeah, it's more than a 5.
Okay.
I think it's in that 6 range. But Luke has been doing it for a long time, and his sons, Lane, was driving for him last year. Luke had a bit of an incident, and Wainwright was hurt. Couldn't finish off the season, and his son Lane made his debut at the Ponoka Stampede. So if you're making a debut in chuck wagon racing, 2 venues that are tough: Calgary Stampede and Ponoka, and he made his debut in Ponoka and did fantastic. So yeah, Luke's been around for a while. Darcy Flack, another one that's been around for quite a while. And of course, the Dorchester name is legendary in chuck wagon racing, and Troy Boy had a good start to the season, getting to that final in Grand Prairie.
So on to Bonnyville goes the WPCA. I was talking to you earlier today, and you had mentioned that, like much of Alberta, it is very wet up there.
Yes.
What, is there different horses or different setups that these drivers will use given the conditions, or is there a driver that might be favored in wet conditions?
That Seinfeld episode, remember Kramer? His mother was a mutter. His dad was a mutter. It doesn't. Mutters are mutters, right? But it comes down to safety more than anything. And these are a risk. These are very expensive, thoroughbred superstars that nobody wants to risk damage to them, damage themselves, and the fans too. So right now, there's more back trucks in the grounds of the Bonnyville Ag Society right now than there is horse liners. And they're trying to drain as much water out of there. The plan is to race tomorrow. Plan is to be hitting the track at 6 o'clock and having 4 days of racing. Again, the thing that we can't win in chuck wagon racing is Mother Nature. You can battle it, you can hope, and you cross your fingers, but you're always going to lose that battle to Mother Nature. And, it's second weekend of the season, and these guys are pretty used to it. One thing I've learned from covering chuck wagons for, close to 30 years, if you think the weatherman on CTV, apologies to Josh Clausen, a good friend, but these guys know more about weather than Josh, because they'll tell you, okay, it's going to rain at 3:22 this afternoon, Greg, and we're going to get this much. What? Okay, you guys know that? Well, they have every radar you can imagine. So, Josh, come to Bonnyville and we'll give you a weather lesson. So.
All right, I got to ask you this, and coming up in Bonnyville this weekend, people can go to the WPCA website and get all the results and find out other stuff too, on top of all the great info we're getting from Greg. But I mean, the Calgary's a month away already. So are the drivers already determined for Calgary, or are there still guys trying to get spots in the Rangeland Derby?
No, it's always determined well ahead of time. And it comes down to that tarp sale, right? They have that tarp sale, so everybody has to have. They usually get their invites in the early fall, so October, November. So everybody is pretty well locked down for Calgary at that time.
So that's based on the 2025 results are already ish? No, not really. Okay. No. Is it all invitations now?
It's all invitations now, right? And it's caused, let's just say, a little controversy at times, right? It used to be it was cut and dry. You had somebody the top 10 from this association, top 10 for that association, then let's go. Along the way, things change. You have invitation. Things change. You had 4 wagons to now down to 3 wagons at the Calgary Stampede. So less traffic on the track. You'll notice a little changes from the 3 wagons from the 4 wagons to the 3. And then also you'll notice little rubber swimmy things along the rail. You'll have to look at the footage.
They look like pool noodles. Yeah, we've seen those. Yeah,
pool noodles. So that's to avoid the drivers from hitting the rail, right? So they're not in case there's a flood of the Calgary Stampede again, and everybody kind of grabs onto those noodles. No, that's not what that's for. It's to prevent them from hitting the rail. So.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about that closer, but I couldn't remember if they were still qualifying, but that has changed since you and I used to work together. Okay. Have a great time. How can people follow the stuff if they want to tune into the broadcast from Bonnyville?
WPCA.com. And before we leave you, I got another limerick for you guys.
Oh, I like it.
Right. Okay. Yes, play the Irish music. Okay. There was once 2 hosts, Reid and Jay, who ruled over Edmonton Sports Talk each and every day. But when Wednesday rolled in, the wagons hit the track, and we continue along for the rest of the week. Click, click, click. You must.
Oh, you never cease to amaze me, Buck. Okay. Hey, man, it's awesome to be on air with you again. Have a great time at volleyball. Yeah, sorry.
Just before we leave, I should mention I'm coming to you live from Onion Lake Cree Nation.
Oh, yes.
This is 7 Generation live streaming. Producer extraordinaire, the founder of 7 Generation Media, is my producer here, and Fraser Heathen. So this is Onion Lake Cree Nation. I'm part of their live streaming and then the radio as well. So we're very proud to be on Edmonton Sports Talk here today.
Awesome stuff. Say hi to everybody there, Greg. We'll talk to you next Wednesday, Wagon Wednesday.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Presented by the WPCA and Century Mile Racetrack. Man, it's so cool to be on air with Buck. Like, that's the guy that hired me.
Yeah.
26 years ago, however it was. So that's really cool.
Are we going to say full circle again? I think we did.
I think we have to.
I think
things
have come full circle.
Totally
now.
Full circle.
Wow.
Well, it's maybe more of an oddly shaped rhombus.
So the Onion Lake crew,
they were here a few months ago.
Bucky
a few weeks
brought
ago.
them in I think a couple months ago for a tour of what we do here at Edmonton Sports Talk, because they were setting that up at Onion Lake. And it was funny, Mech said in the chat, have we ever gotten a guest before that had multiple cameras?
That was cool. That caught me by surprise.
Yes.
I was like, what's going on?
Seems
Where
like
are
they
we?
really got it going on over there. Cameras everywhere.
This has been an incredible show. I'm having a blast today. We're going to eat wings when we get back. Jasmine and I, that's why I was on my phone. I was texting Jasmine. And we're not making plans. This isn't social stuff. We're not planning where we're going to get ice cream next week. We got a play of the day. It's very special for the NBA Finals for Play Alberta. So we'll announce that. Marc Majeau's, like, if you have Marc Majeau on the show,
it's a great day.
That's joyful enough.
Yes.
Plus, look at all the other stuff we've done.
This might have to be show of the year.
We're lucky men.
Oh.
As they said in Spinal Tap, well, they said to one of the guys in the band, other people should envy you. And he's like, well, I envy us. I'm jealous of myself. I made Coob giggle. All right, let's go get the wings.
2 guys and a goalie.
I always find it interesting when a soccer goalie gets beaten 5-hole. Because wasn't the first Canadian goal kind of like I know it's easy for me to say sitting here in the heated studio.
Is a goalie in football scoring 5-hole? Is that the equivalent of like the Michigan?
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff, before the first snap, before the noise, before everyone else. This is Edmonton football. The only way to experience it is being there when it happens. Every hit, catch, and touchdown. Season seats, flex packs, groups, single games. There's a way in for everyone. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year. Get your seats now at goelks.com/tickets.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Alba Nova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Some of us are walking, others are biking. Together, we are accelerating the pace of MS research breakthroughs. This May, join Sentinel Storage at an MS walk in your community. Sentinel Storage, proud partner of MS Canada.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Day 2, Week 1 Elks injury report. Joe Robustelli, Brett Boyko did not practice today. Robustelli out with a hamstring issue. Boyko sidelined with a hand injury. Elks open their season on the road in Ottawa on Saturday. Game 1 of the NBA Finals goes at 6:30 between the Knicks and Spurs at New York. Winners of their last 11 games, while the Spurs got by the Thunder in 7 in their last series. NHL news, Tampa Bay's Jon Cooper has won his first career Jack Adams Award after leading the Lightning to a 50-26-6 record. And at 5:15, it's the Jays Braves locking horns for Game 2 of their 3-game series. Patrick Corbin goes for Toronto. Grant Holmes in for Atlanta. Right now in the majors, 2 games live midway through the second. Padres-Phillies runless. And the Red Sox have a 1-0 lead on the Orioles end of the first. CEBL action, it's a 2-3 Stingers challenging the 5-1 Honey Badgers at 5:30. Listen to the game on any of VST's audio streams or coverage joins in progress just after 6 o'clock. And once that game wraps up, we'll join Game 2 between the Riverhawks and Harbor Cats. First pitch scheduled for 7:35. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
This is Shaq, and you're listening to Edmonton Sports Talk.
Close voting. Sorry, if it sounds like I'm eating on air, it's because I am. Jon Cooper won the Jack Adams by 3 points over Lindy Ruff, 226-223. Cooper had 36 firsts, 12 seconds, and 10 thirds. Ruff had 26, 26, and 15. Really close. And then Dan Muse was at 199. So the top 3 are really close.
Wow.
So Cooper had 14 coaches got at least a vote. So here's 4th through 14th. Bednar, San Luis, Green, Tocchet, Sturm, Brindamore, Gulletson, Hines, Quenneville, Tournier, and Warsofsky in San Jose.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear a word you just said.
So we have wings.
Oh, my gosh.
Maui Pineapple. Wing flavor of the month for June at the Canadian Brew House. Flame grilled wings tossed in a sweet and tropical Maui pineapple sauce. Wing flavor of the month also available on Skip the Dishes. Available until June 30th. Very good. We're enjoying them. These are like... The thing I like about these Brew House wings, I know it's like the flavor of the month, but they have flavor. It's not like, pineapple. Let's just soak them in pineapple. Like it's a good flavor.
What I would describe these as is a sweet teriyaki. Like the Maui pineapple it's I believe Maui sauce generally has like a teriyaki to it or a hoisin aspect.
Right.
You can clearly get that. But for me, it's the sweetness.
That's good.
Yeah, this is
they're really good.
This is show of the year. I'm sorry to those listening, but go get them. Wing Wednesday today?
Oh, yeah. Plus, it's Wing Wednesday today. I didn't even think of that. But you can get them anytime.
I know, but they're on special today.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, they're a little better price today. Okay. Thanks. So Pat arranged, I think Kat brought them in.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get to meet her, but this is awesome. Really good.
So good.
Wing Flavor of the Month at Canadian Brew House. They sponsor our studio. We'd love them. Okay. So Jasmine, when's she on the Hangout again? Tomorrow?
I don't know.
Max Bezzozu says, Stoff didn't even vote for Knobloch. Yeah, Stoff votes for Coach of the Year. He doesn't vote for the other ones. The broadcasters vote, like the on-air guys vote for Coach of the Year.
So who would have voted then that covers the Oilers?
Probably Bob, Jack, Mooner, and Louie. And, yeah, probably.
That's really close. Does that, if you're... We were talking about Lindy Ruff earlier.
I don't know if I would have had Cooper in my top 3.
Really? Why?
Well,
who would you had? You would have.
I would have had Ruff 1. I might have had. Well, I probably would have had Ruff 1, Quenneville 2. He only got 2 third-place votes. So what do I know, I guess? I might have had Gully 3rd.
Yeah.
I might have gone Ruff. Quenneville, and Gully. No, the playoffs aren't included, but even so, I got my prediction at the start of the year was that Quenneville would win Coach of the Year. And they did a pretty good job.
How much? No love for Martin St. Louis?
He got 5th.
That's good.
You got 5th. Now, the playoffs were not included.
Right.
You got 5th.
But still. Yeah, I think this is just because, Jon Cooper's been around it for so long.
Right.
It's like the voter or voting fatigue where they almost feel compelled to give it to somebody different.
Well, if they didn't have Hedman for part of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who else was hurt? Was Point hurt for a while? I think.
They had some injuries, yeah, especially around the Olympics, right?
Yeah. So, anyway. What do we got?
You're just going.
PlayAlberta.ca, the presenting sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk.
What are these green things? I really like them. Now, would these just be green onion?
Garnish. Yeah, I think so.
Boy, they really pair well.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got an extra play of the day on PlayAlberta.ca under EST Specials. And this was put together by Jasmine and me. I got to log back into Play Alberta. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Am I still coming through? Something's wrong with my... Oh, that's why this got disconnected again. So because what's your play of the day? It's just the over?
That's it.
Yeah, I wanted to do something more exciting than that.
I know. I actually want to win.
Which is fine.
I can't get lost. It's easy to get lost in wanting to build the biggest, baddest parlay.
Well, that's what I always want to do.
Ever. But even this one that you
it didn't turn out to be
together
that
is
wild,
not that crazy.
Odds-wise.
It's actually pretty chalky. But
that's fine.
When you add all these things together, it comes up with a decent number. What has it been boosted to plus 164?
So it's 2.6 to 1. NBA Finals Game 1 play of the day. Brunson, 20 or more points. Wemby, 25 or more points. Wemby, 3 or more blocks. Wemby, 2 or more three-pointers made.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty chalky.
Well, you still got a lot to watch for.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun to follow it.
Big Uke says, we can hear you. Every bite, chew, and chomp.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Well, I don't know if he's upset about it or not. This might be my last wing.
Well, when the brew house comes through, we respond.
This is so good. We're very lucky, man.
I'm taking down every last thing on my plate.
Really good. We'll have to get more of these someday. Very soon.
Maui pineapple, right?
That Maui pineapple.
Really good.
Yeah.
And you know what? I always consider this. My kids would love this.
Oh, really?
because it's not spicy, right? You just get the natural spices on the chicken, but the actual sauce, the Maui pineapple sauce, is not spicy for kids. If your kids like teriyaki, anything,
Yeah.
do it.
And it's not like too messy to eat or anything. I mean, I
I
might have to
actually
wipe
haven't
down
made
my
a complete
station
ass of
little bit,
myself
but-
yet, so that's good. That's a win.
The day is young, Jay.
You jerk.
Well, I'm just saying. NASCAR Nolan says we got ranch dressing. We didn't get blue cheese. We didn't have a choice for that, but we're fine either way.
Poop Stain says, I hope Coob got some. Coob did, but he left.
Yeah, where did he go? They're going right through him, apparently. Oh, jeez. We do have Marc Majeau coming up to talk NBA Finals, maybe taking me to Disclosure Day next week. He's got that MCTV podcast he and Corey Graham do is outstanding. I love listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, was there a new one out today? They might have a new one out today. Can listen to that driving home.
Flats or drums, says Buttermilk Syrup.
We got both. For our preference?
If I had to... So, all right. Coob, can you zoom in on me? I'm going to show you why I, myself, would say flats. Because I'm going to give you a little tutorial here on putting flats into the right position to eat. You ready, Coob? Yeah. All right, so I've got my wings. I've got the flat. You take it and you go bone side up. Okay? You then compress the chicken wing down. And see what I've done there, Reid?
Oh, I do that. I pull it off with my teeth.
I've exposed the bone. Put it on a black. So it's like a little drumette.
It's a bowl.
You take it, you dip it in ranch, blue cheese, whatever the sauce is, and then bam. I mean, that's perfection. That's why I like flats.
Yeah, I'm fine with either one. You don't always have to have a favorite. I'm eating wings on our talk show. Our life's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to explain this to my daughters when I get home. Dad, what'd you do at work today? Well,
hung out with this weird old man.
He's nearly twice my age.
Really?
No, you're not.
I'm not even 1.5 times
That's
your
what
age.
I'll tell them, though. We bowled.
They wouldn't know.
We bowled.
Yeah, we
found
played
a new
the
bowling
bowling
arcade
video
game. Played basketball. Girls, we did some show prep, and then we had to do a fantasy football draft.
On air.
On air. We talked to, one of the biggest sports figures in the hockey world, in Sportsnet, Luke Gazdic. That was a chore. And we talked about wagons, the Wagon Wednesday race coming up in Bonnyville. And then they brought us chicken wings, so we had to eat those live on air. They were really tasty. Then we had to talk about game 1 of the NBA Finals with Marc Majeau. So, just another day of work.
Well, all right. We better clean up. And Marc Majeau's coming up. Coob, take a break from eating. Do the update.
Day 2, Week 1 Elks injury report. Joe Robustelli and Brett Boyko did not practice. Robustelli with a hamstring issue, with Boyko sidelined with a hand injury. The Elks open their season on the road against the Red Blacks on Saturday. Jays action, top of the first against the Braves. It's scoreless. Grant Holmes on the bump for Atlanta. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up at bat for Toronto. Runner on first and second base. No outs for Toronto. Around the majors, Four other games are live. Top of the third, Padres. Phillies are runless. The Red Sox with a 1-0 lead against the Orioles in that same situation. And it's a 2-0 advantage for the Royals against the Reds, top of the first. CBL action, the 2-3 Stingers challenge the 5-1 Honey Badgers at 5:30. Listen to the game on any of EST's audio streams. Our coverage joins the game in progress just after 6 o'clock. And once that wraps up, we'll join game 2 between the Riverhawks and Harbor Cats. First pitch at 7:35. You can find the full schedule for the Stingers and Riverhawks broadcast at edmontonsportstalk.com. Marc Majeau up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
One shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal. One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
The Oil Stream.
I think this will be a rare case within the NHL in the next few years where you see a good trade that benefits both teams. That's where I'm leaning towards still, because I know as an Oilers fans right now, they're looking at this, and it's all the uproar on Twitter right now is how do you let this happen? I still am big on Ike Howard.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going. Rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences. Plus, all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom. And from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Oh man, I am full. Those wings were good. We had the Maui pineapple wing flavor of the month from the Canadian Brewhouse delivered to us.
My wife texts me out and about with the kids.
Does she get to do fun stuff like this on her day?
Well, you saw it. It showed you that video earlier.
Yeah, Coop in the mud. My goodness.
Low riding in the mud. She says, we too are listening to you two eating. LOL.
Yes, we certainly did. Usually we wouldn't eat on air, but when we have a segment with our studio sponsor giving us food, we're eating on air.
To that, I would say,
yes.
Bet you want wings. Huh?
We are fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, the authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. We're not just fired up for food. We're fired up for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Woo! And our good buddy, Marc Majeau, joining us on the show. What do I give Mark's title today? I mean, we know he's a CEBL/Stingers broadcaster. We know he's the host of the MCTV podcast. Do we call him a Knicks fanatic? Oh, sorry. Knickerbockers fanatic, Mark. Do you ever call them the Knickerbockers?
From time to time when I'm kind of goofing around. That is quite the long name, isn't it? I understand why we have shortened that to just Knicks. We don't go the full name anymore.
They should. Sounds better.
Hey, has Tom Gazzola finally made a pick in his draft yet?
Oh my goodness. Well, great. Thank you for indicating you were listening. By the way, your mic's a little muddled. Is there something, a setting you could change? Like we can hear you, but it could be crisper.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, you can do it while on the air because we can hear you, but I just thought I'd mention that.
Tom did make his pick. We finished the draft.
Yeah, we don't know what he was doing.
It was actually it went very smooth. I would say it went quite smooth.
Well, it went. We were worried it wasn't going to go at all.
This is true. But
once it was going, it was fine.
Other than, so if you had, Majeau, if you had 6 people or you and 5 friends that were all sitting, around a table or at a pub and you were all on your laptops drafting live, you'd have it done in half an hour.
Of course.
Seamless. So, yeah, I would say it went very well. Well, Mark, how you doing today? I mean, this is kind of a big day for, we've had Josh Clausen on, as you know, another Knicks super fan. Where are you at with this Knicks team? Are there nerves, or do you think they're right where they're supposed to be and can, because they're not the favorites, but where are you at with the Knicks right now?
I think there's always nerves, guys, but heading into the finals, I think my biggest nerve is just the fact that they haven't played a ton of basketball over the last month, right? Like the back-to-back sweeps means they've basically played 4 games in about 3 weeks, which you could give or take. Is it the rest or is it going to be rest versus the rust? I tend to think it'll be rest. The only piece of bad news the Knicks have really had in the last 6 weeks is Mitchell Robinson breaking his pinky. However, if someone is going to break their pinky, you'd prefer it to be your backup center who doesn't really shoot the ball very well from outside of 3 feet. So all things considered, I'm feeling pretty good. I still can't believe this is here. I can't believe how dominant the Knicks have been. I can't believe we have to go against a 7'4" trash-talking Frenchman who is apparently ascending and grabbing the league kind of right now. I can't wait for this series to get started. I think it's going to be a long one. And I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter for you and I and the people listening, but the NBA has to be doing cartwheels with this matchup. You have an absolutely massive TV market. It seems like this is the most likable New York-based team that we've had in the last 25 years, if you include football, all that kind of stuff. And going against one of the next, you could call him the biggest star of the game right now in Victor Wembanyama. So, yeah, all that to say, I'm pretty excited to get rolling in just over an hour.
Well, let's stick with Victor Wembanyama, as you said, the 7'4" trash-talking Frenchman. I like that. Look, he's averaging 23 points per game in the postseason. That's not earth-shattering numbers, but I think it's his effect as a whole on the team's ability to defend, maybe focusing too much on Victor Wembanyama. How do the New York Knicks look to limit the effectiveness of Wembanyama, the entire picture of Victor Wembanyama, not just scoring?
Yeah, so I think the defensive assignment on him is going to belong to Josh Hart. We don't need to be experts to realize Wemby's probably got 6 or 7 inches on Josh Hart just from a pure size point of view. But if they can, I think we saw in the OKC series that you can get really under his skin. Wemby is still young. He's still kind of coming up in his way as a pro, but he was agitated by OKC. You can play him physical and maybe get him off his game, which is, I think, something that Josh Hart's really going to try to go after to try to take him out early. Another thing about Wemby is the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, he was averaging about 28 minutes per game, maybe just a little bit higher than that. But then last series, it was kind of the break last in case of emergency. His minutes rocketed up to about 38 minutes a game. So that's something I'll be watching as well, too. It's how is he going to get tired? Because at times he did look a little bit drained in that OKC series later on in that series. So I think if you're just constantly always putting a hand on him, making sure he's getting double teamed, don't let anything come easy for him. They obviously have more talented players on the floor, but he is the straw that stirs the drink. He's that offensive and defensive hub for that Spurs team. So stick with him, try to be as physical as you possibly can. And listen, he's going to get his 20 plus points and his 12 plus rebounds and his 2 or 3 block shots. That's going to happen. If you're the Knicks, you just try to limit the 40-20 game, because you know that's probably brewing somewhere deep down.
So San Antonio went through the Trailblazers 4-1. They beat the Timberwolves 4-2. obviously just coming off the Western Conference Championship win over the Thunder 4-3. But is this New York Knicks team, in your opinion, Mark, the best defense that San Antonio will have faced thus far?
It's a good question. I would probably lean so. I mentioned it off the top, but the fact that the Knicks are healthy, I think, is also something that the Spurs really haven't had a chance to handle yet this year. You mentioned that Minnesota series. Anthony Edwards was on one leg in the last half of that series. OKC, Jalen Williams was dinged up. I don't think they were really quite 100%. Whereas the Knicks, again, outside of Mitch Robinson's broken pinky, they're relatively healthy. They have the energy. I also think that the Knicks learned their lesson last game one against Cleveland, because they were down by 20 points in the fourth quarter and were able to kind of flip the switch and get back into it. But I do think the Knicks are completely dialed in. I think when 1 year ago today, guys, they made the decision to fire Tom Thibodeau. The team had made the conference final last year, and they said, this is not good enough. And they fired Thibodeau, and they brought in Mike Brown for many reasons. But one is the Knicks were so focused on defense that at times it took away from their offense. So I feel like Mike Brown this year has been able to ease back and push. So I guess the balance between offense and defense has been a lot more balanced so far for this Knicks team. So they play staunch defense. It always makes me laugh, guys. NBA teams have about 7 assistant coaches. I think the Knicks have about 2 or 3 that are devoted strictly to defense. So, yeah, I think they're going to throw everything they possibly can at Wemby. And also, like, we're not talking about Harper and Castle. Well, some other good guys as well. But I think they'll have some traps set up. And this is where we're going to see 2 really good coaches going back and forth.
All right, we'll do a prediction before we sign off. How old were you, if you don't mind me asking, in 1999 when the Knicks were in the final against the Spurs?
I was 10 years old in 1999.
Okay, so were you a Knicks fan already at that point in your life?
I was just becoming a Knicks fan. My Knicks origin story actually started with the movie Space Jam, which I think was 95 or 96. Patrick Ewing was my favorite of the Monstars at the time, and I just kind of drifted towards those Knicks teams. So I was too young to really kind of comprehend that they were an 8th seed, that it was a lockout season, and they went all the way to the final. So that was a little bit different, but I thought it was kind of cool, yeah. But not nearly. I wasn't nearly as nervous as I am now as a 37-year-old man now.
I was doing my practicum at Global Saskatoon with Jay Onwright and company, so I remember following that series there. The Knicks in 1994 lost a 7-game series to the Houston Rockets, 2-3-2 format. I believe the home team won every game. And at the end of Game 6, John Starks had a 3-pointer at the buzzer, down 2, that actually would have won them the championship. Didn't go in. And then Houston with Olajuwon. Who else was on that team? Was it Kenny Smith?
Kenny Smith.
The broadcaster.
Kenny Smith.
Was he on that team?
Kenny the Jet.
What's that?
You're also kind of skipping over the most cultural phenomenon that happened during the 94 season was the O.J. Simpson car chase happened in game, I think it was game 5.
And the Rangers that New York was trying to win the NHL and the NBA. And O.J. was going on like it was just it was a crazy time to be alive. You would have been 5. Yeah.
And it's funny, I remember my parents watching the chase. I just remember saying, like, why are they glued to the television watching this guy's house for like 3 hours? So it's anytime the Knicks are in the finals, there's usually something a little crazy. I hope nothing like that happens tonight.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, MCT, you got something?
Well, I just wanted to, before we move on to picks or whatever else, if you want to talk about the Declaration Day.
We got to do some movie talk with Mark.
This comes in from Mex Bezozu in the chat. He says, can you ask Majeau who is a more beloved Knick right now? Brunson or Carmelo Anthony?
Ooh, I love Carmelo Anthony. I love Jalen Brunson, but I think right now it's Jalen Brunson, and I don't even think it's particularly close. What Brunson means to this team, the Knicks have been on an upward trajectory for the last 5 or 6 years. And when Brunson arrived in 2022, people have kind of been talking about it this past week, but people forgot that the Knicks actually got penalized for tampering in acquiring Jalen Brunson. They hired Brunson's father as an assistant coach before he was an official free agent, and then they signed Jalen Brunson. So they knew even back then, like, hey, this guy could be something special. So I compare him for Oiler fans. I compare Brunson to a little bit like Zach Hyman, whereas it's the best free agent signing the franchise has possibly ever had. I think Oiler fans thought Hyman was going to be fine. I don't think they ever imagined he'd be scoring 50 goals for them. And I think Knicks fans thought Brunson would be good, but never all NBA, never leading them to the NBA Finals. So right now, I think it's Jalen Brunson.
Marc Majeau joining us here on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. You have very kindly invited me to a film next Thursday evening. I don't know if I'll know anybody else in the group. I don't know how many people are going, but we're going to see Disclosure Day. This is kind of a big movie year. I mean, Mandalorian Grogu, there's a Supergirl, there's a Spider-Man, there's an Odyssey, there's a Doomsday, there's a Dune. I know not all of those in the summer. I'm probably missing some. Tell me a little bit about or maybe you try to go in without expectations. Well, just give us some anticipation here for Disclosure Day.
So Disclosure Day, I'm quite excited for, simply for the fact that it is Steven Spielberg directing an Alien movie. That is something he has some experience in, and also Steven Spielberg is the greatest living director of all time. I'll hear arguments for Christopher Nolan and Quentin Tarantino and some of the other names out there, but when you just think about summer blockbuster movies, you kind of think about Steven Spielberg. So the fact that he's kind of going back to his roots to do another Alien movie, or about extraterrestrials, life on other planets, I think that's really exciting. He just simply knows how to direct a movie. One of my favorite traits about Spielberg movies is the opening 10 minutes usually just rip. If you think about the opening sequence in Raiders of the Lost Ark, the opening of Jurassic Park, the opening hour of Saving Private Ryan, you can't really take a breath for all that. So Steven knows how to really set the tone for a movie. So when I think about my excitement level heading into next week, that's just like, what's he got planned for the first 10 minutes? How is he going to grab you and keep you seated for the next 2+ hours? I'm excited about that one. You mentioned all the other great movies coming out. I had a chance to actually see a horror movie this afternoon, and I don't really dabble in horror movies that much. Have either of you two heard of the movie Backrooms?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yes. Coop, you saw it or Benny saw it? Backrooms?
Yes, I saw Backrooms.
Now the boys here, though, are raving about Obsession. Not to derail you, but tell us about Backrooms. Yeah.
It was a toss-up between which one was I going to see today. I'll see Obsession next week. But Backrooms, I enjoyed it. I enjoy horror movies because it's the one genre that I don't really have a ton of experience in. So it leaves the most room for me to be surprised. Like, I go in with super low expectations for it. And horror movies, I feel like they're the one still genre you can get away with a really low budget. Right. Backrooms was directed by a YouTube star who was born in, I think, 2005. So he's a YouTube whiz kid, knows all these special effects. But the fact that he was able to make, I don't want to call it a terrifying movie, but there's certainly some jump scares. And it's just, he knew what to do with the camera at all times. And the fact that it was low budget, I thought it was awesome. I still don't quite know if I get it, quote unquote. Like, I'm not film Twitter, I'm sure has all these types of hypothesis and all this synopsis of what it actually meant. But all I know is for 2 hours, I had a really good time watching Backrooms.
This is the one where there's a fella at a shopping store, or like a furniture, a retail store,
a furniture store, which I think is right at that.
Okay, I thought I copyright. I had a copyright on this idea at Yvonne's.
Yeah, it is a little bit similar. Did you ever encounter anything? Obviously, not a portal to a different dimension, but when you're in a big building by yourself, I'm sure you have to lock up and open up sometimes. It can be a little spooky in a big department store, can it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The warehouse was always, because you have to turn all the lights off, and there's always noises. And our first warehouse was massive. I mean, I used to bring the girls their bicycles to the warehouse. They'd zip around the warehouse. It was so big. They'd be biking around in there. That was a little spooky. Yeah, absolutely. And in the dark. I mean, I don't know. I don't love the dark. I'd rather there be light.
You prefer light.
So dark sounds, either early morning, later night. It's absolutely spooky. That's why I don't watch movies like Backrooms.
Right.
Can't handle it.
So you say it was pretty good then?
Yes, it was. If you like movies and you like that, you don't need to be a horror aficionado to enjoy it. I had a good time watching Backrooms.
Okay, that's a good review. Let's end with our picks. Look, Mark, I generally pick with my brain.
Yep.
or if I actually never pick with my heart. I either pick with my brain or with my ass because I'm trying to be cheeky. I have to take the Spurs. I just think they've already beaten a high quality opponent. I watch bits and pieces of the NBA. I mean, I don't watch as much as I do hockey or football. But Wemby is ascending. I was really impressed with how they defended Oklahoma City when they needed to. So I am going to go with the Spurs in 6. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. I think that's kind of the most popular pick so far. Jay, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the Knicks. I just think that I know this has been a almost a fairy tale ride for the San Antonio Spurs. I just know, New York has been around this style, this level of basketball before. I don't know if they can limit Wembanyama, limit him and make him uncomfortable, which I think if there's any team that was in this playoffs, especially in the Eastern Conference, it's the New York Knicks. They have the greatest chance of doing that and slowing down that offense. Get a hot Jalen Brunson, and it could happen. So I'm going to take the Knicks in 7.
Okay.
I absolutely love that pick. For me, guys, this is a rematch of the NBA Cup. These two teams met a few months ago, and the Knicks were victorious. They split the season series, one apiece. The Knicks got the extra game that was in a neutral site. I think this is a home court series for the first 6 games. I think the Spurs go up 2. I think the Knicks tied at 2. Spurs take game 5. Knicks take game 6. And game 7 on the road in San Antonio, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks get it done. Knicks in 7. Jalen Brunson will become the first player in NBA history to win NBA Cup MVP, NBA Finals, and NBA Finals MVP. This is going to be a year that you dream about for Knicks fans, and I can't wait to get started.
All right. Enjoy the game tonight. And Thursday, when we're going to the movie, I'm going to have to miss a Cup Final game, but you won't have to miss an NBA Finals game. Well, unless Vegas sweeps, then we're fine. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think the final will really be going next week?
Ooh. What did I take? I took Vegas in 7.
You did.
Jay took Carolina in 4.
Okay.
That is off the books.
That's off the books.
That's off the books.
Okay.
Mark, thank you so much for your time. We'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Oh, and the Stingers, who he covers, are playing right now.
Right now.
So, and that we're picking that up at 6 o'clock. Are they playing the
Brampton, the Honey Badgers?
The Honey Badgers. What a great name.
Give me your Honey Badger voice.
Mex in the Nasty Chat says, I hope Edmonton Sports Talk gets Selena Gomez on the show so we can balance out all this Knicks fandom with a Spurs super fan. Why not?
Why not?
She's the one on that show I like, right? Only Murders? I'd love to interview Selena Gomez.
Yeah, set it up, Mex.
Yeah.
If you've got an in.
Reach out, Mex. Yeah. If you have a contact, please do so.
Ooh.
Jasmine said something about OnlyFans girls behind the bench. I guess an additional reason to watch. I don't know I can't find the message now. Is this a thing?
Perhaps a distraction for players?
Do you know about this, Coop?
This is the first time I'm hearing of this, Reid. But I mean, I guess in the NHL behind the Dallas bench, I don't remember which series specifically.
This was back in the Dave Tippett era.
There's been times.
There's been a lady with a couple very large defining characteristics behind the Dallas Stars bench. Well, there's been, I think, but I remember at Tippett, when Tippett was still with Dallas, they popped up every once in a while. Jay's like, I know what you're talking about.
I don't buy that would be distracting to a professional athlete.
No, they wouldn't care.
No.
Like, do you not think they've seen beautiful, attractive women in the stands before?
Or been heckled or yelled at or have
part of the
spit on?
territory.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like they all have supermodel wives anyways.
All right. This has been an incredible show. Hopefully I can do a little bit better than words of the day. Well, I did okay yesterday. Monday was not good. Here comes the Coop with the final update.
Day 2, Week 1 Elks injury report. Joe Robustelli and Brett Boyko did not participate. Robustelli out with a hamstring issue. Boyko missed practice with a hand injury. Elks open their season against the Red Blacks on Saturday. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. That goes down 6:30 between the Knicks and Spurs. New York has won 11 straight games off back-to-back sweeps, while the Spurs got by the Thunder in 7. NHL news, Tampa Bay's Jon Cooper has won his first Jack Adams Award after leading the Lightning to a 50-26-6 record in the regular season. To baseball, bottom second inning, the Jays have a 1-0 lead on the Braves in Game 2 of their series. Patrick Corbin on the bump for Toronto, 2 outs for Atlanta. Bases completely empty. And around the majors, handful of games underway. Bottom 5th, still a runless game. Padres, Phillies, bottom 3rd. Red Sox up 3-0 on the Orioles. And top of the 3rd inning, the Yankees are knotted at 1 apiece against the Guardians. To the CEBL Stingers, they're in action. We'll join that game live just after 6 o'clock. They're against the Honey Badgers. And also the Riverhawks, they're in action. They'll be taking on the Harbor Cats. First pitch scheduled for 7:35. We'll join that game live in progress. In period 1, Honey Badgers, Stingers. Edmonton is down 9-8 with 7:35 to go in the opening frame. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. Words of the day up next for the Edmonton Public Library. Here on Edmonton Sports Talk, I'm Zach Rakubish, and you're up to date.
Afternoons.
The discussion is who's going to take a step back. What do you make of Winnipeg this year heading into the season?
In the offseason, they go and they sign Jarrell Broxton, Jake Serezna, Tim White. That's a big boost to the offensive weapons for Zach Collaros. Last year was so up and down. They went 10-8, and they added to a lot of positions that you think that the Bombers are weak in. You'd like to think that they'd be a better team this year.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Aldanova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
All right, hope you're having a great afternoon. You can text us 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. They're turning 20, celebrating until October 26th. Just an amazing promotion with over $1 million in prizes, rivercreeresort.com. We had Mark Killam on the show yesterday, the debut episode of the Mark Killam Show. That's going to be every Tuesdays at 5 as part of the Reid Wilkins Show on EST, and portions of this hour presented by the Edmonton Elks. The only way to experience it is being there when it happens. Get your season seats today. Our city, our year. Lock in your season seats at goelks.com/season seats. The Elks open the regular season Saturday at 5 in Ottawa. Jason Milne and Matthew Iwanek have the Green and Gold kickoff show Saturday at 4, 1 hour before the game, and they're on right afterwards as well with the Green and Gold post-game show as the Elks will try to start the season with a win, which they have not done in a long, long time. All right, words of the day for Edmonton Public Library. Your free EPL library card can do more than you might expect. From books, movies, and video games to digital resources, creative spaces, and learning opportunities, there's something for everyone across Edmonton. Sign up online, epl.ca/sign-up, or visit any of EPL's 21 locations to get started.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Just using a wet nap here. Got to clean up a bit from the Canadian Brewhouse wings we had earlier.
Okay, this is Words of the Day, a Bootski edition number 30.
Okay.
You have better
30 from him?
You have better luck with the Bootski's words than Les Sweet's words. So, you
just moist.
Clean?
I just got a moist towelette.
I wonder who came up with
Would you like
towelettes.
a moist towelette, Mr. Bond?
Whoever came up with moist towelettes they should have a statue.
Living in, like, not infamy.
Like for
fame.
kids, you know, like wet naps for kids?
Yeah.
It is a game changer.
Yes.
In the car. It's still...
Well, why am I saying that? I don't know.
You would still use wet naps if you had them around the house or in your car.
Yes.
You would absolutely use them. Anyways, first word of the day, a Bootski edition number 30, rube. Rube.
Rube?
Yes.
R-U-B-E.
Dun, da, da, da.
And I believe a rube is someone who is doing something deceptive or maybe even is a bit of a phony.
Say that again.
I believe what I said was someone who is doing something deceptive or is maybe a bit of a phony. A rube.
No, I can't give it to you. I'll give you the sentence.
Sad.
Although Dusty and a number of other EST personalities are from outside the big city, none of them could be described as rubes.
Oh, like sort of naive and out of place. Unfamiliar with the...
So the definition is an unsophisticated, inexperienced, or easily gullible person from a rural or farming area.
Oh, okay, I wasn't close enough.
Yeah.
I make myself sad. Failure again. At least I spelled it correctly. I sort of... I didn't really know.
Second word of the day, aplomb.
Well, I was sort of right that it was someone who didn't fit in necessarily.
Aplomb.
A-P-L-O-M-B.
Are you kidding me?
And this is sort of to do something with, basically to do something with flair. With flair and confidence and showiness.
I was looking for confidence. Aplomb, complete and confident composure, self-assurance, or poise, especially in a demanding, stressful, or challenging situation.
Right, like Jay and Reid handled the CFL Fantasy draft with aplomb.
Nicholas Lidstrom played his position with absolute aplomb.
Oh, my goodness. NASCAR Nolan says, I use wet naps every day. Fun fact. If you have not given us a thumbs up on YouTube, please do so before we sign off. This show was an absolute blast.
Or a runaway. You could either say you could answer both ways and we would understand.
For which?
What if your view or your belief of how this show went? was a blast or it was a runaway.
Yeah.
But a runaway can be a blast.
Oh, it was incredible. We get to do it again tomorrow. We'll probably have an Elks player on the show tomorrow. We'll see where else we go. Enjoy game 1 of the NBA Finals or whatever you're doing this evening. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jay Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. See you.